studio lands. Arena is different, but still, I played my first arena in PGL Stockholm, and it's
got rigged by me.
yeah. It was no, that's true. That's true. I can't say anything back because he's now in playoffs. He was in playoffs and beat us, bro.
This is a unique experience, isn't it? This is fantastic.
Add some fun to your space with Xtrfy, designed in Sweden with focus on quality products built on experience. You're looking at Project 4, their 4th generation of products with super cool colorways to stand out, with matching sets to satisfy with a solid B4 bungee, lightweight ergonomic M4 mouse, the K4 keyboard is fantastic, all of which are performance focused, and finish it off with colorful GP4 mouse mats that are bold in design and smooth on the surface. The retro theme in particular has got the feels. Complete your setup with Xtrfy. No regrets guaranteed.
Hey buddy, let me show you how to fix that. Bitskins.com. Buy and sell skins instantly. Deposit and withdraw funds instantly with crypto or directly to your Visa card. Bitskins.com. The best skin marketplace.
Hello, everybody.
Good start.
That's a good start. Good to see everybody here. Welcome to HLTV Confirmed, the first live edition with an audience. Now, we've done this a couple times. We've had Copenhagen Flames guys come on the show. We've done it with YEKINDAR before. He's here in the front row. But thank you all for turning out, right? This is fantastic. This is, oh, look, technical fuck-ups already. So what you get at home, you're getting here as well. So, Lucas, how bad is it? On a scale of 1 to 10 right now, that face normally about a 10. 10. It's a 10. So, here's what we're going to do. Until everything's functional, we might just have a bit of a chit-chat with everybody in the room.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Because, when, yeah, of course.
Okay.
Right? If you didn't know, Sjokz is here.
Hello, hello.
He's got some other special guests in the front row, a couple of heroic members of staff here. You might get to know about them a little bit later. We got Machine, Blair, I mentioned YEKINDAR in the crew, but this is what it's all about, right? It's about bringing this live show together here and having everybody turning up and enjoying this. Now, is everybody here going to watch the major?
Yeah? Nice.
Okay, fantastic. So we know there will at least be 60 people there tomorrow.
Yay!
So there we go. So we can all enjoy the Counter-Strike that's going down tomorrow. But now, this is something that maybe in the future we could do a bit more of. Prof played a part in this. It's been a dream of his for many years.
It's more of your dream. So I'm just like, I
was trying to give you a bit of credit
I'm just
here,
setting you up, essentially. I just want to make you feel happy for once.
Everybody wants to make Chad feel happy, actually,
it's
at
a very
all
difficult
times. That's
task.
very difficult.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I had such a diva kind of shtick. I try and give off something a little bit lighter here. Now, I talk about things that we're going to cover off on the show, right?
We can ask people where they're from because, like, obviously,
where they're from.
Yeah.
Okay. You
want to guess?
All right. Obviously, first one would have to be Belgium. Like, that's gotta be the hands up. Who's from Belgium?
This is actually everyone that lives in Belgium is here right now. This is it.
What's the next closest? Probably Germany.
Yeah,
people from Germany?
Maybe. Oh,
okay.
There we go.
One.
Just
Yeah,
one?
Just one.
Only one. All right.
France, again.
Yeah.
Oh,
There we go. Yeah.
Also one.
Okay.
Couple.
Holland.
Yep.
Hey.
Okay.
That would be the closest. Yeah.
Our enemies.
I think I heard. Okay. Is Denmark? Switzerland.
Canada, Switzerland. We can only see the reds.
In Australia, the geography, right? It's Australia, America, and then the rest of the world. They don't really teach us too much else, right? Europe is just one place. What else we got?
Our friend from Brazil over there.
Yes.
One guy.
One. Anyone else from Brazil? Okay, yeah, a couple of Brits. I heard a couple of
Brits.
British accents throughout.
That's cool. And I wonder, are they visiting for the major or?
What do you
or-
mean?
Like, are they visiting for the major, or are they just like studying here, or
Oh, you mean everybody here?
Yeah, the people who are not from Belgium.
Okay.
basically.
Is there anybody who is living here but not from here?
So is everybody visiting for the
Okay,
major? Ah,
one.
okay, there we go. There we go.
All right,
Okay,
all right,
okay.
all right. Is B Tannen in the audience this evening?
It's a
No,
reference, not a lot of
it's
people
only
will get it, I
about
think.
yeah. You'd have to watch a couple of shows to pick up that B Tannen
Yeah.
reference.
Or just follow you on Twitter.
Yeah. Well, I didn't tweet about him,
No, you did.
did I?
Yeah. a
Fuck
lot
B
of time.
Tannen. Does everybody use the forums?
Who's a-
Nobody.
who's a forum user? Raise your hands.
There has to be a couple.
Yeah.
One here. We got one. All
Yeah,
right.
like
All right.
8,
a
9,
couple.
10 people. I'm counting 10 people.
Does anybody want to dob themselves in with their usernames? Yeah? You're not delusional JKS fan? Okay.
That's he's trying to throw
can't
people
figure
off
it
with
out.
that one.
Can't figure it out. Sorry.
Yeah.
People think it is me. It's surprisingly not me. Well, we have Lucas. Is there an update? No
I-
update.
Also, if someone has the remote to this
See,
thing,
I don't know if everybody caught it, but CSGO tweeted about the podcast
And now it's
before we were going live, and now it's fucked.
Classic.
So it probably couldn't have gone worse in that regard right there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. We could just start having conversations right now about what you've been enjoying, and then we
Sure.
can rehash a couple of them,
That's fine.
right? Well,
Yeah.
because you're
Maybe I can say things here that like is only for these people.
okay. So it's like an uncut special type situation.
Yeah, yeah,
here.
yeah.
All right, all right. We're on. Like people at home can hear us.
But
So
what's-
we've just been.
Oh, shit.
But how is their
Oh.
audio at home?
All right. Well, I want everybody.
What's their
So wait,
experience
so-
like?
Yeah. Can they give
Could
us
they
a
hear
score
us,
from
or-
1 to 10 in chat?
Press 1 in chat if Lucas should be fired. So
Well, at any point, Lucas, it would have been good to know that the people at home could have heard what was going on because we could have tailored a bit more of the experience to everybody.
But I think they can barely hear you or something, probably.
No,
No,
we can
no,
hear
no,
you.
no.
So are you going to say right now we're good to go? All right, that was a soft start. Is everybody, everyone want to do it again? Everybody happy to start again? All right, so we'll pretend everything that happened in the last 10 minutes, that's just for us. Nobody knew. It's our little secret, and we're going to start again. We ready, Lucas? Count us in. Wow, fantastic right there.
All right.
classic Lucas start. This is how it happens.
All
the
right,
time.
thank you for humoring us here. Now, everybody, welcome to HLTV Confirmed, the first live episode. You guys caught that bit before, but got to quickly thank out the sponsors,
Let's go.
Bitskins, Xtrfy, and M1 Bets. Easy when it's up above my head. And thanks to Outpost, which is where everybody is right now, for allowing us here to use the venue. This is fantastic. We've been in here today doing a bit of a physical activity. You can see
Yeah.
the three of us, maybe not, but Prof's got something going on with the arms right there. But we've been doing some heavy lifting, moving everything around to set this up. Now, there was a couple different configurations, but we've got the HLTV premium user seating here. It'll be available for future shows, so if you guys want to subscribe to HLTV premium in the future, maybe you can sit in the couch at our next one. But tonight, we're going to basically be going over a lot of bits and bobs from the major, right? We're going to be sinking our teeth into how it all kind of boiled on down. But first, and we already kind of touched on things, we have Effia here, Sjokz,
nice.
joining us. Now, you're joining us from League of Legends, I suppose, right? That's where most people would know you from,
Yeah.
right? Now you're here in the Counter-Strike world. So
Yeah.
we wanted to hear how you're enjoying things so far with the Counter-Strike crew.
It's. I mean, can I say anything bad, or is that just
You can
not gonna
try.
Go
Yeah,
well.
let's
No,
go.
no. It's really freaking amazing. Of course, ever since I worked in CS for the first time, like in 2019, I wanted to come back, but a lot of shit we won't get into. Also, a pandemic, shit happens. So I'm really happy that I get to be here, and I always have an amazing time because. Yeah, the talent pool in CSGO is unrivaled.
You talking the game or the
No,
or people like?
you guys. Yeah.
Okay, you're
yeah,
flattery. It's a good way to start.
No, yeah, there you go. And yeah, just yesterday, some of the stories that unfolded, and in general, like there is, you unfortunately, because of the setup in League, in which you get a lot of good stories, right? Obviously, you get great production as well, but there is really, in CSGO, is the only esport in which you get these insane stories within the context of an entire tournament, an entire year, but also a single game and a single round, because of the nature of the game, but also due to the nature of kind of how open the circuit is, right? And the fact that you can see Bad News Eagles going from 0 to hero, the fact that you see the Imperial run, right? It's mind-boggling, and I think it's larger than life sometimes when I'm watching those games, and yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Well, that's the thing. Throughout, you were the biggest Imperial fan out of the lot. Like, we got Striker right here, who's apparently
The
enemy
biggest
number,
hater.
enemy number one of
No,
Brazil.
I'm not enemy number one.
Who's
It's
enemy number? Oh,
Thorin.
okay, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, okay. Enemy number 2 then. Were you happy with that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Why not?
Right, because like, but you were a fan of that story right there. What about that story did you like? Because, like, we've seen it. There's a thing that was called Dignitas that existed.
Yeah.
I think I labeled it the retirement home when we had that project getting put together with Fifth around bringing the boys back together and having Hauser there as the AWPer, and it didn't work. What about this project did you like so much, right? Because it was something which has obviously defied expectations, but you was it just that story that you liked?
There's some personal connection there. Some people may know that I used to work for SK and with SK,
okay.
so I just know the guys pretty well, like for FNX and Fallen. And in general, in the context of all the articles that have come out recently in terms of age and Counter-Strike and whatnot, I thought that was a kind of a cool thing because they proved that it is nothing but a number, really. And I love the fact that everyone kept underestimating them. And I was supporting them because of the idea of kind of these guys coming back together and trying to form this project, and the whole Last Dance. I think the kind of mythos around that is really, really cool. I didn't think they would make it this far either, though. That is really impressive. And I think every step of the way I got more invested. And I was pretty sad that they didn't end up making it. But that Cloud9 one, I think I also enjoyed everything around it, because everyone, you included, you're like, you're Brazil baiting. And I was like, I'm going to do it more. Like it's, and I got to spend a lot of time in Brazil as well for League of Legends. And it's just,
we did a CS event there.
It's fun. Yeah, we did one together as well.
Didn't
Sao
we?
Paulo.
Yeah. But yeah, that story right there was an interesting one because and I think the Cloud9 victory is what converted everybody, but then everybody started believing and they lost. So
we should have maybe not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was a little bit too potent and too powerful right there. Now, I guess the other key here is this is your home, right?
Yeah.
And there's a massive event here. So look, I know a couple of members, Existence, Scream, yourself, and according to Alex, there was Call of Duty lands run here once upon a time.
Yeah.
So that's all I know about this part of the world. So
This
I know
part of the world.
Well, look. Give me a map. I'd have a hard time. Well, it's left of Germany, right?
I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. Right. Yeah. See, we're working it out. But to have an event here, right? We already have a lot of fans here. Yeah, we have a lot of fans here, but to have an event here, it's not really the home of
anything.
Yeah, besides yourself, right? That's what.
Great football and beer, guys.
Chocolate.
Chocolate. Yeah, it's really, really awesome. I'm just really honored. I got a little heads up that this may be happening in the future, and some of the guys behind the scenes here have been working to get a big esports event and the CSGO Major to Belgium for literally a decade. So that is awesome, and then I feel really, really honored. Yeah, some of you may know that I've had some emotional things in the last couple of weeks, couple of months rather. So it's a bit bittersweet, but I am honored, and I'm really happy that my friends and family can come to see it as well and understand what it is all about, because they're not going to travel to Korea or whatnot. And I hope that it gives Belgian esports a little bit of a boost, because I think it needs it, unfortunately. So, yeah.
It'd be good to have a nice turnout, right? A packed crowd full of fans as well, having a lot of locals. I think that could
give us some insight.
With the crowd. Well, we went today. We actually we did our rehearsal today, so we got to have a little bit of a look at the arena, and the arena setup's really
awesome.
Cool. Yeah, I think that there's a couple. If people know what Stockholm looked like, there's a couple things that are a little bit different from that people can get excited about. But the venue as well, I think if it's full, it's going to be loud, right? It's going to be loud in there.
Yeah, I'm going to show my age here.
Okay.
I used to go to Spice Girls concerts.
I heard the story.
Sports Palais.
Who knows who the Spice Girls are?
Okay.
See, you're not showing your age. It's all good.
It's fine. So this is insane. When we walked up the ramp and we saw the arena for the first time today, I was so hyped. I don't know, I could cry. It was so cool to see that. It's such an epic venue in Belgium, and I think a lot of people here have probably gone to Sports Palais to see their favorite artists in concert or what else. And now it's CSGO, and we do have it on good authority that sold out on Saturday and Sunday, or quasi. So
Should be a lot of people
12,
there, yeah.
13,000 people, which was going to be amazing. I think
Pretty
all
good.
of us, after kind of pandemic and not having that many LAN events, this is a homecoming in more ways than one.
Yeah. All right, boys, you've been quiet. Do you have any questions?
Sorry.
Question, a classic question. League of Legends players versus CS players.
Oh.
In what regard?
Personality-wise, outside of the server, what's your kind of
Well, I've said this on
takeaway?
record before, but I feel like CSGO has like a rock star feel to it in
I call
general.
us the Jocks of esports.
The jokes. You bullies.
Wow, who are we bullying?
I don't
Besides
know.
Valorant
Other
players?
esports fans?
Yeah. There was a bit of Valorant discussion. Did everybody catch that
Yeah.
with Twist's interview?
I just
Yeah.
saw the headline.
Yeah,
Same.
that's what you
I
usually
did
do.
I did the sponge.
Yeah.
The person responsible is right there, by the way.
Ryan.
Baiting Twist into some questions.
Yeah, good.
All right, I derailed. You didn't answer.
Yeah, well, CSGO has very rockstar like qualities, and also kind of the players and everything around it. I think because of the nature of the game,
Okay.
probably. But most players are super, super nice. YEKINDAR, ping-ponged with him
Everybody
like,
loves
every
YEKINDAR.
night. Yeah, it's been very, very welcoming, but generally everyone's super nice.
Yeah?
He's real shit at ping-pong, by the way.
Is that true?
Give him the mic.
Look, well, oh, all right. Well, you have your time
He
later.
won
You can
3
just-
times out of 50. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of shit for you.
Yeah. Well, at least I'm in the quarterfinals, so.
Oh,
Whoa.
wow.
Okay.
Okay, all right. It's heating up in here. Yeah, all right. Where were we? Because we were talking about the Twist situation a second ago.
Yeah, what happened? Can someone fill me in?
I
So
don't know.
Ryan blindsided him after he just won a game. He's gone on in. He's forced Twist to say about money in America, which we know is a contentious point
Okay.
more often than not. And what did we miss? Oh, okay. Yeah, no, all right. Fair enough. But yeah, the interview sparked a bit of debate today between, like, I guess the Valorant players who moved over got offended by the comments right there. But I think, look, there's a big difference between wanting to have something as a job. Like, a video game as a job is a privilege in itself, right? You have to earn it. You have to be the absolute best in your craft to do so. And in Counter-Strike, in North America, it's not easy to do. We all know that, right? But I existed in the glory days of money being in North American Counter-Strike. That's when I moved to Las Vegas and did all that kind of nonsense. But that's when you had the TSMs, the CLGs.
Yeah.
Everybody was just pumping cash in, right? They were just pump. And I think that set a bit of an unrealistic expectation, because we got a couple of guys who wear Bad News Eagles jerseys, right? That story right there, like the Gambit story that we had, right? The story in Counter-Strike is, or was, right, about doing the hard work and earning your way into the bigger tournaments. Whereas back then, you could be average in North America, which we all know now is not a great region, right? It's struggling. The best team didn't even, like, it's
Do you
Furia.
think that's like correlation and causation?
I just think it's the player base. I don't think they have enough players there that are, right? And unfortunately, North America is a big region, and it means a lot, right? And it has a lot of money, which can help Counter-Strike. But I think that this is the thing. They need to go back to the drawing board. They need to get the passion, right? Because this is a passion-driven pursuit. If you want to be the best at anything, it's through passion, right? And I think the Twist comments were taken out of context, and he hurt some feelings in that situation. But if those guys want to put food on the table and they want to earn some money, I have no issues with them going to Valorant, right? But you see by the players returning to Counter-Strike that their passion clearly lies somewhere else. So if you prefer Counter-Strike, play Counter-Strike, but know that maybe you have to work a little bit harder, a little bit longer, or get a little bit luckier, because there's a bit of luck involved, right, in everything we do in life, to get a spot like that and to get into a team.
Yeah.
And Valorant, maybe it's a little bit easier to do that.
Well, I guess that it's up to what you like, right? Because Valorant has a huge player base and people love playing Valorant. But I think if CSGO is like your first love, I think it's like you probably jump over and then you keep looking at your ex and you're like, oh God, no, like he looks so good. Like,
That's kind of what happened with Nitro.
CSGO.
It's kind of what happened with Nitro, right? The
Yeah.
comments from him was like he saw the last major, and I think that right there, like, look, those comments, it's easy to offend North Americans. Again, fuck
Yes.
Ryan. Right. But this is the whole thing, right? I don't think Twist meant anything mean by it. I know Yanko put out a string of tweets that I thought were quite on point. Mine weren't. I put out some tweets that weren't even directed at that. It was directed at our favorite org, NIP, and some stuff that Eric Wendell was saying, because Dexter made a comment with the interview that he did saying he's been playing 180 hours.
Spirit Dexter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and Wendell was talking about some of the fact that, like, burnout and everything like that, right? How many majors will it, like, unless you're a fucking simple, how many majors are players going to be attending and trying to win? This is something which is a short period of time.
You can't talk about burnout before like it's a major.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
you
you're
do
putting
anything
everything
in your power.
Yeah, putting everything in. But
I
this is
mean,
the time to do it.
There's
Like,
a good example. I think it was Heroic actually. It was an interview that cadiaN gave like at the beginning of the year. He said, "Oh, we're not gonna like start all guns blazing this year because
Yeah.
we're ramping up to the major.
Exactly.
Because
Yeah.
a major is about peaking. It is not about." Oh, FaZe was like the best 3 weeks ago. Like maybe not now, you know. I mean, that's not an opinion. Please don't write that down. But you know, it's about
I see not so we're
it's about peaking at the right time, and I think that all comes with like professionalization of the staff around teams as well, right? And you're right. I think like this is where, you know, Cristiano Ronaldo is going to train the most when World Cup and Champions League comes around.
Yeah,
So
it's not a normal job. It
No.
never has been a normal job, and hopefully it never does, because you just compare this to any other sport out there. If we want to compare it to traditional things, like there's a lot of the players who are the best in their craft who they are defining the way that things are done, right? And I think it's great. Like we have Heroic here who have a deep support staff, right? And I think that's essential. I think it's essential to have a deep support staff to help these players, especially because they're young, right? You need some positive role models who can help guide you and help you out in tough times. And this is a big mental burden, right? We already spoke. A bunch of you here, you use the forums, but I'm sure that everybody rocking up are not the toxic members of the forums, right? But we all see.
Are we sure?
I don't know. We're hoping, but we know that there's people out there on the internet who are talking shit, right? And that can affect young people. Like I had it affect me when I was a player, right? I'm reading that I was shit, and to be fair, I was shit. I was an in-game leader. I was allowed to be, right? But those comments, and I was already in my mid-20s at that time. So for younger people, for 18-year-olds, like Monisi, for example, we're going to get into that conversation. For him, getting a lot of hate, it's going to affect these kids in a different way.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think a lot of people will often say like, "Oh, wow, comments hurt you." Or like, yeah, try getting like 1 million death threats or something if you lose a game. Of course, that's gonna affect you. And the people who say that, usually, if you reply to them, like they delete their account like instantly.
Yeah,
So-
I had a conversation. We'll talk about this a little bit later.
Yeah,
I had a
are these guys gonna
conversation-
talk also?
No,
or they're just already-
No.
between two.
No.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, well, let's.
Striker didn't say a word. that's
Striker's
fine.
not feeling
What, sorry?
fantastic.
Striker, are you hungover?
I'm all good.
He just didn't sleep
Striker,
enough.
do you have a
that's it.
question for Sjokz?
No, I mean you went into like kind of the area that everybody kind of like wants to ask you about, right? Like
Yeah.
which is obviously League versus CS. What's the
But
difference?
yeah, I'm
is,
not.
like,
You're not gonna get any shit talk out of
Well,
me.
he's
no,
a
I'm
big-
not.
he's a
I
big
know,
fan.
I'm not even.
Yeah.
I follow both. Like I'm not.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not here to shit talk anybody, to be honest. Who's following League of Legends? But just like obviously, you touched on it earlier with kind of how much of a contrast it is between the two games, right? Like, because
Yeah.
the league is extremely limited in terms of how many players can even play at the highest level.
Yeah.
While CS is just, if you are good enough, you're gonna get
I
there.
will
you know?
say though, League has in recent years, especially in Europe, like the academy leagues that have been built out
Right.
have really widened the path to pro very much so. And those leagues, like the Spanish league and the French league, like they are thriving. It's insane.
Right.
Like I mean, they have some of the best players in the world as well playing in those leagues, but it's not open, right?
Right.
And that's the big difference.
All
yeah.
right, so let me rephrase this then. What's one thing that you'd like from League to be in CS and the other way around?
Ooh. All right. So I know we get clowned on a lot in League for like things being like scripted or whatever, which is, I mean, I guess, but there's just
Do you mean the games?
no, like the shows.
Oh, okay. It's like you're
No,
leaking
this-
something
this-
here.
Scripting is in CS.
Then,
we all know
then
that.
Europe
soundbite.
would have won a world championship like in the last
That's
5
true.
years, but we can't fucking do it.
Well, the story is
Um,
too good.
yeah,
Just losing all the time.
No, but like, so I think we were talking about this at length about content in general as well, is that like because of the way the leagues are organized and the fact that you have like the LEC every week and there's a lot of structure in place. So on Tuesday there'll be a brainstorm, on Wednesday there'll be more brainstorms. We'll be like in big meetings with like the audio guys, graphics, replays, everything, and we craft the stories and we think very deliberately about how we're going to build the stories for all these players and all these teams in the long term. And I think you don't have as much as a possibility to do that in CS because you're like flying everywhere and you're working with different productions. And I think despite that, you do an amazing job. I think HLTV is to credit here as well in terms of like giving the spotlight to these players that we should be following. Like the Bad News Eagles article, which I'm going to love forever.
Shout out to Lucas
Even though
back there.
the HLTV commenters were like, why are you talking about the Bad News Eagles? They're never going to do anything. But yeah, I think that's one thing maybe. And on the other side, I think just kind of the open and the circuit and the tournament setups and more international competition. It's a huge topic right now in League.
We just had MSI, right?
Yeah, MSI, which is the top one of every region. So, and then you get at the end of the year, you get the World Championship, which of course has 3 representatives from most of the major regions, but they don't end up playing a lot of best of 5s versus each other at all. And I think, you know, that's what gets your stories going as well. And in Valorant, there's like I think the road in between League and CS in terms of the tournament structure. But that's something that I'd like to see. But yeah, I don't know, of course.
Yeah.
But it's also the exposure that you just have. Like you can't produce the best teams if they don't play against each other. You know, it's just like you don't know who's the best team until you.
And also, there's like different systems. I guess you guys have that as well. But like some regions play best of one, some plays best of threes, etc. So you know, it's not all that streamlined in terms of getting those. I would like to see 4 international tournaments a year for a league. That would be so cool because, you know, you see it at the major, right? You get these insane stories, these comebacks, these underdogs. Like, it's so good. Like, it's like crack. Can I say that? It's like, not that I would know, but like, it's an expression, I guess. But, you know, it's just so good.
What? Yeah.
Save there.
You can say whatever you want.
Yeah.
There's only one word that I keep getting demonetized if I say that one.
The C word.
So I won't say that one.
Okay.
SPUNJ's favorite.
But this is also something to get used to in CSGO. It's like everything goes, bro.
Well, that's the thing. Like on the broadcast, they don't really tell us if we can swear or not. We kind of just don't.
They don't in League either, by the way.
No.
But it's just like if you say shit 7 times in one sentence, your
it's a lot.
sentence is just not going to sound that good, right?
Yeah.
I love that working at the IEM. I just rocked up to the desk, didn't get any instructions at all. Literally, like, you just could have gotten there.
Shout out ESL.
Yeah.
Just said whatever I wanted. Just like shout on ESL, said like all of the words, all of the bad words.
They put a lot of trust in you, don't they?
It's like probably knows what he needs to say.
Yeah, but
or
that's
not
the thing.
say.
Like then, and obviously for you got your job at HLTV, but then you would never do a broadcast again.
Of
right?
course, yeah.
So that's the risk that we have right here. You know, we're kind of responsible for everything that comes out of our mouths. But are you ready to get into some fun?
We're doing the...
Yeah, we're doing the quiz.
Oh,
Are you ready?
I'm scared because I know nothing. Like.
So what we're going to do, everybody, we do Skinionaire, right? Now, this time, Sjokz is going to be answering the questions. But I want everybody in here to help her because we have some goodies over on this table right here thanks to Xtrfy to give away. Right? We got some mouse pads. We got all that. Now, Prof, which gear are we giving away for Skinionaire? Is it does Sjokz get to choose?
I guess whatever, yeah.
So, if someone helps me to get the right answer, they get a mouse pad?
You can pick whatever you want, I guess. We got to give it all away.
I'm going to ask the person what they want then.
Well, they're going to say the keyboard.
Yeah. There's only one.
So maybe the keyboard's not up for grabs right now.
So it's in my best interest to not know anything, which is my comfort zone.
Okay.
So I can just give people stuff.
Yeah.
We set you up perfectly here.
So this is the thing. Prof, how do we do this? Do we just let people yell out? No,
I think we ask the question, and then people that know the answer can raise
their
hands,
and
then you can pick someone that you like.
This means we're going to get 100%, hopefully.
I hope so.
I don't know.
And we're also working for the people at home as well. We have some skins to go away.
Yeah, exactly.
So we had Heku write the questions, not Prof this time round, because they were starting to get ridiculously hard. So thanks to Heku, right? But as per usual with this, so not only are you getting the choice to, so if they get it wrong, are you still going to give them something?
Don't give them anything. Nah.
So you've just encouraged everybody to put their hands up.
Okay, it has to be correct. It has to be correct.
Okay, all right.
Sorry.
Let's leave it at that. Now, at home, people can win as well. This is the thing. This is where Twitch chat are either going to love or hate you. They can win $50 skin if you get them all right. And that's for you guys now as well, right? And you're going to be on the camera. We got one right there looking at all of you.
So what you're saying is like the HLTV forum commenters can actually screw over the Twitch chatters right now.
That's true.
This is a great timeline.
Wow. We just need the Redditors involved.
Wow,
and we have it all happening. All right.
Do you want a mouse pad, or do you just want to make people,
fight each other,
fuck up people? I feel like it's
right,
kind of give and take right there.
Lucas, are we ready? All right. Let's get into, this is where it'd be great to have the light stim, a smoke machine, and then
man.
everything like that. But we maybe next time. All right, let's get into Skinionaire. Sjokz, are you ready for question 1? All right. We might need to forget about the timer here, Lucas, but let's get into question 1. Oh, quizzical glance.
He doesn't like the no timer.
And the thumbs up. And the no.
Thumbs down. Oh, what do you do to poor Lucas, man?
Lucas, come on now. I need the question. I don't have the question. Thank you, Lucas. Question 1. Which map during this major was the most T-sided? Inferno, Dust 2, or Vertigo? Raise your hand if you know the answer to help out Sjokz.
I'm trying to remember, like, if we quoted stats on the desk. We quoted, like, Imperial's T-sides on Vertigo, and they were really bad. So maybe it's not Vertigo.
I think we have a couple of hands.
And G2 also wasn't that good.
Couple of hands.
All right.
The guy back there was like the first one to raise
Which
his hands.
one?
The smiling guy over there.
The smiling guy?
The smiling guy.
Yes.
Smiling guy says Vertigo.
Vertigo, I think we're on the same path. So yeah, Vertigo.
You're going to trust Vertigo? You can.
Oh, the most T-sided. No, I don't actually think I do.
Is this just the legend stage?
Probably, I guess.
Does anyone disagree with Smiley Guy? Okay. What do you think?
Okay.
You've got Inferno?
If Smiley Guy's right, Smiley Guy's getting a pad because I feel he's being usurped right here.
But I need to follow my gut.
Pick
what's your
something.
gut?
Pick
Go for it.
something.
It's Inferno.
Inferno's your gut.
Well, because of the Copenhagen Flames phase. Yeah, Inferno.
Inferno. All right, I'm gonna lock in Inferno here,
No. Oh, it's not working.
and the correct answer is
No! Sorry, Smiley Guy.
Just go give it.
Actually, can we give Smiley Guy a
Why don't we
thing?
get YEKINDAR to do it? Because
Yeah,
right
YEKINDAR.
now YEKINDAR is our favorite member. YEKINDAR, can you take the mouse pad to Smiley Guy, please?
Sorry. You're also very handsome. I don't know if that helps. Which one do you want?
Yeah, you pick. There we go.
There in the back.
There's Smiley Guy. All right.
Oh, damn.
That's all right.
No, I'm gonna trust the opinion of whoever I pick. Like,
All right. Well, how can this go wrong?
I don't know.
All right.
It's not my skins Twitch chat, so whatever.
It's great having YEKINDAR do our bidding as well.
Yeah.
This is fantastic. Like a top
I mean,
20
needs
player
a,
of
needs
the
a
year.
job, so
It's true.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
he's been everywhere.
All right,
doing
all right.
desks, doing interviews, doing whatever.
And we're having
barrel
later as
rolls.
well to discuss the champion,
The
the
clap
champions
goblin.
bracket. So that'll be,
Yeah.
that'll be exciting. All right, let's get into question 2, Lucas.
which team attended every single week?
She's
Major?
taking my job.
Nip, Navi, or Liquid?
I just lost my job.
It has to be Nip, right? Yes. What?
He says Navi, but he has a Navi shirt, so is that biased maybe?
So you just said you were going to trust.
You want?
Well, it's not Liquid because NA. So, is it though? It's like Mario, but this Navi. Yeah.
So, but is he going to win the mouse pad?
Yes, he's gonna win because
All
this
right.
is a friend of mine.
So confirmation.
Yeah,
All right.
Navi.
Well, that would be rigged.
Yeah.
All right. I'm locking in Navi.
We're trying to do everything to do well here.
And the correct answer is
Navi.
All right. All right. What do? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, lovely assistant.
I feel like
Alright.
Heku made this really easy for me, and I'm still like
No,
second
I don't
guessing
think she
myself.
did.
Oh.
Like the first
No.
question,
was
question.
rough.
I think the first question. Is
Well, I
only-
wouldn't know.
I don't know if it's.
I wouldn't
combined.
know.
I
No?
wouldn't have known.
I think the
no.
first question was from like the legend stage
Probably.
onward.
Yeah.
So like it was something. It was Mirage was 50-50
Mirage was
in the
50-50.
Yeah,
challenger
yeah,
stage.
yeah.
So it's kind of bullshit a bit.
All
All right. Question number 3.
Calling out Heku like that.
Hey, we heckin' love Heku in this house.
Which player has the highest 2.0 rating at the current major? Bit, Simple, or Spinks? A lot of hands up
Bit.
quickly. This gentleman right here with the HLTV show, I'm pretty sure he was the fastest. Sjokz?
It's Bit.
He's
It's
locking it
definitely
in.
Bit. It's definitely Bit.
Everyone's happy with Bit. Oh, shit.
We don't have the thing.
We need
All right,
somebody.
hold
We
on,
need a
hold on,
remote.
I'm getting up, I'm getting up.
We need a remote. I don't think you can
There's-
click
the thing is
anything.
there-
There's nothing to click. There's only an off and an on button.
There's
which
only an alpha on. Yeah.
does not help you.
Technical support.
Technical support on the case. Yeah, maybe just turn it off. Turn it off and on again. Yeah.
Oh, there we
this
go.
helped, this
There we
helped.
go.
Leave it.
I think you're okay.
Yeah. I think this is gonna be fixed by
This is
itself.
fine. This is
Well,
gonna
let's
go
fucking
away.
Probably
I'm
gonna,
sure.
It's probably gonna go away. Yeah.
Wait.
Hey.
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 Hey. Applause for the bare minimum.
Man, am I right?
We need to get him his
Yeah.
prize.
Yes. You can never have you given. I know we don't know the answer yet.
Oh, wait. The answer is?
Yay.
Hey! All right. There we go. There we go. He's a man of the people, YEKINDAR here,
There's
giving
an
them what they want.
There's an MVP one too at the bottom.
I feel like
What
he's an
about this at the
MVP guy.
bottom?
He has an
It's
HLT.
also cool.
Yeah. He has an HLT shirt, MVP mouse pad. I feel like that's kind of goes hand in hand.
We might get him in the stock
That's
room.
great. That's a great mouse pad.
Can
still.
you just show it
Yeah.
to the camera over there? The camera's in the middle.
Yeah.
The camera's in the middle, man. Eh.
All right. Question number 4. We got 2 to go. The best we can muster right now is a $15 skin, unless I'm feeling generous, and then we just give away a $50 skin again. I don't know how it works. I just always give away the $50 skin. I think it's only about 3 or 4 times we haven't.
It's called rigged.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
and Martin's paying for it, so it's fine. All right, let's get to question number 4, or it's coming out of Lucas's bank balance. I'm not sure which one just yet. Which player is not from the Baltic region? Now, this one here, look.
It's a classic Heko question.
ropz, NiKo, or YEKINDAR. Now,
Well, wait, Baltic?
exactly.
That's different.
There we go.
Exactly. So the Baltics.
Well, it must be, I think it's NiKo, but let me, Copenhagen Flames? Yeah, I think so. I think it must be NiKo.
I'm going in for NiKo.
Well, I don't think Serbia is the Baltic region. Am I just really bad at geography?
Terrible. I'm happy to go with the answer.
Is there anyone who disagrees?
Disagrees?
You're from Latvia, which is definitely Baltic, right? Right?
Hey,
YEKINDAR!
He just works here, right? He just works here. You want to lock this in?
Yeah.
All right.
That's a Heku question.
Yeah, that is definitely a good question.
Correct answer is?
Yay.
And it definitely is, because
Thought it was going to be so stupid.
Heku's always asking if we know the difference, right? Every time. She's asking if we know the difference, trying to teach us about the Balkans and the Baltics.
She made fun of Launders and Scrawny
Doing
for
God's
this
work.
quite a bit. So.
All right, we got one more to go right
We
here.
should actually all pay more attention to geography because, like,
We travel
it's just
all
a
the time.
general- yes,
Yeah.
like,
you should
so
probably
you land
know
somewhere
where
and you're
like
like, where
Poland
am
is
I?
and stuff like that.
It's a small world, you know?
Is it?
We all live on the same blue planet.
In the HLTV forums.
That is a blue
Okay.
planet, yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty, one more question here, Lucas. Hit us with it. Question 5. Who received the harshest punishment due to encountering the coach spectator bug? Robban, Gary, or Zona?
It's got to be Robin, I think. YEKINDAR. No, but you can't win. You have everything. Never mind. Light blue shirt? Why?
I can tell you. I can tell you why. I can tell you why. Mute the stream, Lucas. I'm about to say the word I'm not allowed to.
So is this confirmation then?
Yeah.
Okay.
The guy even tried to change his name. The
Zoner.
scumbag. I was going to say the word again. All right, we're going to lock in Zona. Some of them, right, who did it, right, they probably, one-rounders. This guy here, insanity. What this guy did.
I don't know. Do you want to tell me?
How many rounds?
Too many rounds.
It was like 70 or
Is it
something.
correct?
I think it was more.
But that,
Yeah.
but that may.
137. Who knows the number?
But it might not mean that he got the harshest punishment.
Oh, he definitely
though.
did.
Oh, he
definitely
did.
did.
You can reveal the answer here, Lucas.
I'm actually not familiar with this. Can you explain the situation?
So
to me?
basically, right, when we had all this fallout go down, there we go. When we had all this fallout go down, this fucking clown was the most malicious out of the lot. He was part of Dream Eaters, which became Hard Legion, which was a Russian team that had 2 players right now who are in Entropic, right?
Crud
Yeah, and Forrester.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this guy here, I don't think we've heard from him since, right?
He's
So-
actually
he's been streaming the
co-streaming the major.
Of course he has.
Maybe he's watching. He's probably watching.
Yeah, opportunities for everybody.
Maybe
Okay.
he's co-streaming
Alright.
this as well.
All right,
Shout out to
so-
his owner.
So we need to pick a winner in the Twitch chat at home.
Oh, it shows up there. Evol.
Evo. With a lot of underscores. Or Evol. All right. Is that an I or an L or a...
Or it's a 0-1.
It doesn't matter. Our people, which is Lucas, will reach out to his people, which is him, and we'll get in the
It
skin.
sounds like a mafia transaction.
Do you want to bump it up and give him the $50 skin?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
You gonna lock that in?
Yes.
Feeling
I'm gonna-
generous today?
Yeah. I mean, it's not my money, so yes.
Fair enough. All right. That Well, we're gonna do it anyway. All right, that was Who Wants to Be a Skinionaire, brought to you by Bitskins. And yeah, we're gonna have. You can see we have a couple more bits and bobs of gear to give away. We'll give away some more stuff throughout the evening, and we're definitely gonna run over tonight, guys. I don't know when they're gonna kick us out, but I'm sure at some point.
I'm going to relinquish my seat because I think people want to hear about actual.
We're gonna talk about actual stuff now.
Analysis.
So if you wanna hang around for the recent news,
Okay.
you can.
Sure.
Yeah, because the recent news is where things are going to get. I would love to hear your perspective because I know that we've had difference in perspective on a couple of things.
Have we?
Yeah, Lucas, roll the bumper.
How
All right,
smooth
we
it
are
is.
back and we're getting into the
I'm
recent
literally
news.
scared.
Why?
Why? Because you're saying it's like I said something outrageous and I don't remember and I was drunk or something and are you going to
No,
bring
no,
it
no,
up?
no, 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 no. I nothing like that. But Striker, I want you to the audience right now because you've been quiet as a bloody mouse to explain to everybody what happened with a certain smoke and a certain 17-year-old.
All right. So apparently Monesi came up. I don't know if it was Monesi or who came up with
Could have
it.
been anybody.
Somebody came up with a smoke that basically denies a different smoke that's thrown by the opponents, right? So what Monesi did was on Mirage, where people usually smoke out window from T-spawn, and he found out a lineup, a super specific lineup. I think we have a clip.
We
of
have
it.
a clip, Lucas. We have a YouTube video. I sent it to you on Discord. I'd love if you could bring that up. But this one here, Dinko and I were casting the RMRs, and I saw him line it up, and I thought he fucked it. Like, I thought he did it wrong, but I didn't see him get any action out of it, right? So I kind of just was like, oh, I don't know why he was throwing this. I didn't really investigate it further, but we'll get the clip up so everybody can see.
At the RMR, there wasn't like a counter smoke from the T side.
Yeah.
That was the thing.
That
because
was the biggest
There's
difference,
actually there's even a video from what's his name, Nart out here, like showing up the smoke, but he didn't really understand what the actual reason was for it, because without the anonymous T side smoke coming in, it doesn't give you the one way, right?
But yeah, basically you can see it here, right? Like a T-spawn window smoke comes in, and he lines up this super mega specific smoke, right? And it just gets stuck on top of this, I don't know, like a ledge thing, and it actually denies like part of the smoke that the T's throw. So like he literally sees through a smoke that is there from the T side. Like you can see how it covers the entire window, but then he enters the smoke, and that's how you see a part of it, right? So that's
How do you classify that? That's a bug in the code, right?
It's a bug, not a feature.
It's definitely not.
Yeah, but it's a bug in the
intended.
code of the game that's completely unintended.
Yes.
Yeah.
And is obviously giving you a bit of an unfair advantage.
Little bit, right?
A little bit.
Yeah, but like
So-
smokes in CS, they're
I've
not
heard.
really great.
So you guys
know?
have tried to explain to me that this just happens in CS.
Yes.
People use a pixel boost, that it's fine. Like this just happens.
Okay. All right. So
let's not go into the Olafmeister 2014
The Olaf
situation.
boost thing is a different story, right?
Yeah.
That's a little bit different, and that became very messy.
And the big thing?
Yes, became a very big
And then
thing.
the big
No,
thing.
the big thing.
Big
Oh,
thing, the jump,
the
jump,
IG
crouch,
thing.
jump
The big
yeah.
thing.
I think this is the most most
This is-
similar
That is-
thing.
that is
Like,
more-
it's-
Yeah,
more
is this
similar to it,
comparable?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the good thing is we put a stop to this one immediately. The thing with big is like theirs went on for a while, and before anybody was like, hey, what the fuck are they doing? How are they jumping behind these walls, getting free information, and we can't even see them? That was crazy, right? And the bit that upset me the most about that was while they were laughing while doing it, right? Like that upset
SPUNJ
me a lot.
still salty about that.
Some
Mentions
upset
it
me a lot.
every time.
Upset me
They're
so
laughing.
much.
They were laughing, guys. They were laughing.
But this one here, right, there's a couple of things to think about. So the first point here is, as we said, it was a bug. It's not a feature. That wasn't intended. But there's a couple of bits of fallout here. So first of all, it's the fact that they showed this, right? They showed this to the PGL admin staff, and they said it was fine. Now, we don't know how they showed it. We don't know if they showed it with the other smoke to show what it would occur. They did? And they said it was fine? All right. Okay. Well, then, now
From
we have a
YEKINDAR.
couple of other issues.
There seems
YEKINDAR.
pissed.
Look. we get look, it was. I have a couple of issues with this. Sure, the admin staff said it was okay, right? That is happened, right? That's happened. We can't do anything about that. That's happened. But the fact that they thought it was okay is also a bit of an issue. I know that they got the green light, but like,
at some point, like if you run it by the admins, like you can't blame the players.
know.
Like, they just came up
Yeah.
with something, and they actually did their due diligence, and they came to the admins and asked, okay, can we use this? And if they say yes, like of course you're gonna use it. Like there's no way you're not. Like nobody would do that.
Yeah, would be nice for them to also report it to Valve, like either the
guess.
admins or the team, and like until they fix it, we're just gonna use it. So
Yeah. But it's all unfolded like an hour before the game started. Then
I
that
think I
one
woke
day.
up at like 5:30 that day,
Yeah.
and Jason was already saying, I've got a little chat group, and he was already saying something in there, and I was like, what is he talking about? And I jumped on Twitter, and I had a look, and I went, I'm going back to sleep. I'm not dealing with this shit now. And I like woke up at 10 a.m., and then already there was a couple of tweets about
Do
it.
you think if they weren't playing Imperial, maybe it wouldn't have come out until like much later?
Maybe it could have gone overlooked, right?
Yeah.
because they did it against Navi as well.
Yeah,
Oh,
but they
yeah.
didn't win against Navi.
Yeah, and they didn't get kills off of it. They just got some damage.
Yeah.
So
that's probably the difference.
Yeah.
But the thing is that happens, and this is the bit where maybe even some of our viewers here today, because I'm sure there's a lot of people who are on the fence about how this one unfolded, right? PGL said, we're not going to do anything about it, right? Which left the players in a position where they had to have a discussion about how they were going to deal with this.
That's
Now,
Gentlemen.
I'm curious, but before I give you my rationale, I want to see a bit of show of hands here. Nobody's wrong, all right? So don't feel like because this is it's not something that's easy to kind of be able to make our way through the weeds. Who thought that PGL should have just banned it? Okay, probably the majority. The majority thought that PGL should have just banned it. Okay.
I saw one hand that didn't go up.
Did your Kinder's hand go up?
No, I meant black.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, yeah, you said it should have? Yeah?
Can we get a mic on the guy? There we go.
Hold up, you can ask it again, and this way everybody at home will be able to hear you.
Use it when
Okay.
they ask for permission.
You're right.
But after you give the green light to G2, can you really block it for everybody else except G2 that already got advantage out of it before?
Yeah.
That's a good
that's
point. That's not
Also,
something
also
that I
context,
considered.
this guy has a G2 jersey on.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Genuinely a very good question, because that's
No,
not
yeah.
something that I even considered that way, right?
Yeah, it's a great question.
I guess, thank you, Alex. We have a couple of assistants here today. That's something that I hadn't even considered from that perspective.
But I was flabbergasted that. So basically, I tried to make the comparison to League. And it's like, I know, yes.
Mistake. Number
I
one.
know, but like, so basically it happens a lot that there's a bug with like a champion and something happens if you like make a certain combination of abilities or whatnot, you'll get like, I don't know, so everything can happen. When that happens, Riot will step in and say, okay, y'all, you can't pick this champion because this shit is busted.
Yeah.
Or they will hotfix it immediately or overnight so that the integrity is protected of the tournament. So I was just baffled, and Valve did do it actually.
That is the quickest they have responded on anything ever.
But that's the way to nip that in the bud, I think.
Yeah,
Because
very good.
it's wild that you have pro players who are playing in the most important tournament of their year so far, right? For many, maybe of their career so far, that they have to have like a stressy meeting an hour before they have to go and play, and then have a gentleman's agreement. That is wild.
Now, you're right? But there's a couple things to consider here. So with the question that was asked by Mr. Gentleman in the G2 jersey, it's a very good question, not something I've considered. So I want a bit of time to marinate on that. We can return to that one there. But PGL, right? And this is the thing. I'm an ESL shield, not a PGL shield. So I just want everyone to be, make sure that we're all understand that. But the thing with this is, from an admin standpoint and an admin decision point, if you were to blanket ban something like that, the wording would have to be very specific, right?
Yeah.
And you would need to be very careful with the wording that you put, because for that to be replicated intentionally in that position, right? Well, we all know how that happens. But as you saw people coming out on social media quite quickly with other options of how to replicate that same smoke. And I'm sure everybody in this room has played Counter-Strike once or twice in their life. So we all understand how fucky it gets with like a smoke dropped on a molly and another smoke and a
Nade
B
behind the
rush
smoke.
and everything like
Yeah.
that, right? So I'm not saying that it is likely, but I am saying it could happen.
Yeah.
And that is the only thing that matters in this discussion, that it could have happened. And then if it happens by accident in the middle of a game and you don't use it, and you hasn't even clicked in your head, one-ways, we all know one-ways are a thing, right? And you used it, right? And then after the fact, it's a blow up on the, and it was a big team it happened against,
Yeah.
right? And then a blow up on social media, and then a big thing, and then prosecuted. We would find ourselves in a situation that happened back with the DreamHack Olaf boost,
Yeah,
right? So what happened was the admin team, they inserted themselves into the discussion back then, and that caused a lot of bullshit. It caused a lot of bullshit where I only learned recently the way that was handled was basically it was a nuclear option between both teams, the French and the Swedes. And they didn't want to replay the game. They didn't want to replay the game, the French, right? This is what I heard. Now, I'm sure we can get some sources to tell this.
8 years later, man, still talking about this.
Yeah, but this is important in this case too, because now the admin team's inserted themselves. The admin team has said, we will replay the game, right? Now, if we're going to replay the game, and the French said, no, we don't want to replay it, right? They're going to forfeit.
Capitulate, of course.
What the Swedes had to do, was because they were already enemy number one, and they were already copying all the shit. They had to beat the French to the admin team to forfeit the game so that they didn't get all the community backlash.
Oh,
and this is because the admin team has inserted themselves in a problem that is Valve's.
Yeah.
Right? It's Valve's game, and it's their issue. Now, is it a problem? 100%. But this is the thing. With our game, back in 1.6, there was ramp on Nuke. The box used
going
to...
back to 1.6.
No, but this is important because it's throughout this our game, right? The box used to levitate off the ground. You could throw a flash under that box by accident, because on a ramp rush, the idea was you would try and get the flash through the tiny gap, and if you overcooked it, you'd go under the box and flash the entire ramp room, and you would lose like fucking 3 rounds, right? We had rules for that shit back there, but there was bugs that have existed all the time. If if PGL inserted themselves here, one of those situations that was accidental happened, a big team got upset about that, social media pressure, and we find ourselves in a DreamHack situation back when the Olaf boost happens and all the bullshit. So the reason that PGL, right, they didn't want to get involved in that, and for them, right, you can, And this sounds like a cop-out. I understand this
They're
sounds
not
like...
getting involved into like bugs and glitches in the game. It's
But-
just it's just the easiest way
But this
to
is
do
the
it,
black
right?
and white. This is
Yeah.
the black and white. Who are they, as the tournament organizer, who are they to say whether it's a bug or a feature? Now, we all as
It's like
Counter-Strike
bunny
players...
hopping and surfing is not intended to be in the game, right? So
But we all know that's a bug, right?
Yeah.
Right? But who are they in a
but no
Valve-sanctioned
one is
event?
banning you for bunny hopping around the server or
True.
surfing on
True.
whatever, you know.
Yeah, and this is the thing, because the majority here thought that it should have
It's
been...
fine. They're all wrong.
And
It's fine.
No, but this is the thing. I don't know if I'm going to sway them either way, right? Because I think like even Mihao, who's one of the most highly coveted admins that we have, said he probably would have banned it. But this is it. It had to be a particular wording. It had to be done within, 2 or 3 hours before the game.
It's
when people were
impossible to
waking
do it
up,
in that,
Yeah.
that
right?
short
Yeah.
amount
And
of
then
time.
if more issues happened, we would have had a bigger mess. The best thing that happened was 2 things. The fact that the players sat down and they had a conversation, which now that we have the CSPPA is brilliant. Even though the CSPPA and eSIG, they seem fucking useless, at least now they're talking to each other,
This
right?
guy.
Thanks, Martin Stick.
No, but they seem like they're talking to each other. So from here, and this is the thing, at least they were able to sit down and say, hey, let's not use this. And the players have all the power, guys. I'll tell you this much. They have all the fucking power in the world. They can say pretty much whatever they want in regards to this and do whatever they want in regards to this shit. So by them as a collective group coming together, that's the best thing they could have done. And then the best thing Valve could have done was fix it. So realistically, we had drama for 1 day. It was fixed in
great.
24 hours.
Because I was panicking so much. Like, I was around the green and I was, oh my God, it's going to ruin the major. Like, what's going to happen? And Chad's like, first time.
It's just like this bullshit happens all the time, right? And that wasn't even the only drama that we had.
This
so
is such a nice,
Crazy.
easy, tidy drama for
Yeah,
a major.
this is like the best case
remember
drama.
no footsteps at the Face It major.
Yes, Mr. Richardson.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Yes.
The only thing I want to add,
Okay, here we go.
and it's just a small thing, is I really would hate if this was used to tarnish Monacy's
Yeah.
Yeah.
name.
Yeah.
Like, I see people calling him Bugsy now, and this is still a fucking
Good name.
Yeah, sure. I guess. But as far as legacy goes, he's got so many reasons to have a legacy and to be supported and cheered and celebrated. And I guess it's the empath in me. Like, I know we're the internet, and I know we like memes. But like, if we use this as a kid who asked Daddy's permission and Daddy said yes, and continue to throw
Yeah.
it, and then we're gonna tear him up and use it and hold it against him for years. I just think that's like the worst side of the Counter-Strike community. I think we should we've already acknowledged it's bigger than him, and it would be weird if we ended up just kind of putting him in this box of he used a bug, we hate him, like some sort of tribal, group
Yeah.
of dribbles.
Yeah.
In a way,
Thank you.
it's good. That's a great take. But in a way, it's kind of good that he's in G2 because they meme themselves like, oh, I mean this very.
He's
I don't
he's
mean this as a
lucky.
joke.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Like
you're right.
they're already making like a G-Bug 2 is whatever,
Yeah.
and they just roll with the punches in that regard. And I hope, and I'm sure he has very experienced players around him, right? So I hope that he also doesn't seem to get
He
phased
doesn't
by a
seem to
lot.
give a
This
shit.
guy
Yeah.
is an ice cold killer.
Yeah. No, I agree with that sentiment right there. I think it's just like because we know that would have been at the height, and we're going to get into the topic about communities and being aggressive and stuff very soon, actually. But
I wonder
yeah.
what you mean.
Yeah, well, no, and this is a real conversation that we need to have, right? So I think, are we happy with the Monacy situation? Everybody
Are you
happy
sure
with
you
that?
don't want to kick me off?
No, we're good. After the recent news, we'll kick you off.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're happy with that?
Let's
Yeah,
tie
yeah.
this up
Okay,
quickly.
Yeah. We're going
Okay.
for so
We need
long.
an ad break as well, I feel like.
Soon. We're getting nods over here.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next one we can be quite quick. It's our favorite organization, NIP. So this one right here is about the pay dispute, which is apparently to do with stickers back in the online era. Now, this one was an article put out by Richard Lewis. I did send you a link for it, Lucas, if you want to put it up just to scroll through. You don't have to go to anything specific, but just to give credit to Richard and Dexoto who put that one up. Now, this is the thing with this one. Now, I don't think we've heard anything from NIP regarding this issue.
I mean, they did comment in the article, though.
Oh, Gunderson, did he? What did he say?
Yeah, essentially, TLDR, they're disputing the amount of money that is given. The players are disputing and saying that they're not paid enough because the sticker cut that is in their contract is higher. But then in the Valve wording of the stickers, they say this is for the teams to like go through the COVID era, pandemic, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
So they're saying, oh, Valve said this is for us, not for you. So fuck off.
But just to clarify on where that came from, it was kind of from like a discussion at the time when this was going on.
Okay,
So it's not like a
It's
comment
not a
that
new
came
comment.
out. Yeah, it's
Okay,
not
okay.
a comment that came out after the fact.
Yeah.
It's what's happening while they were discussing.
But
this
it makes
still.
sense to some degree. You can see like both sides have a case, and let's go to court and see what happens.
Yeah.
Do you think they will go to court?
Nah, I don't think so.
I don't
But it
know,
would be
it's
kind
hard.
of funny. I think what's going to happen is what happens always. Players have like a lot of push in these situations, and the teams don't want to look like cunts.
I didn't bring my...
I said it.
Wow, we're demonetized not because of me for once. Now, I didn't bring my tinfoil hat, but let's throw this one out here. Did we think that this was Device in the team when this was happening? Or was it Nork? It must be Nork. Device must have been there.
This was Nork.
Okay,
well,
then my conspiracy, I can't even get into my conspiracy here.
No.
So that is back before Device.
I don't think
joined the
that
team.
like actually stops people from doing the conspiracies.
No.
Like actual facts.
Well, you're right, actually.
No.
Yeah, fair enough. So this one right here, I guess we're waiting to hear new comments. Was there any details in that article that stick out to you to point you one way or another, or is it still...
I mean, it's just like one thing that does have to be pointed out is that Nock is no longer tied to NIP, so obviously he's
at Apex now, right?
Yeah. So he's a little bit more... He's free to pursue this, if he wanted to. But obviously if you're talking about Hampus or... Who else was in the team at the time? Plopsky
Rez.
And Rez. There you go. Those are the three. Like obviously they're not gonna want to take their organization to court over something that
during a major.
But during a major, so is there a part of them that's like, well, we should get this sorted because we're in the champion stage now?
I mean, one detail that I will point out is like the rationale that came out from the comment that Prof was talking about, where Jonas was trying to say that. It's like Valve intended these stickers to help the teams.
Yep.
And yes, they did. But also, if you look at kind of like back at the announcement of those stickers, which is basically the Armart stickers that came out in 2020, the way that they worded it was they were going to give the teams 50% of the sales already. Like that was just like, that was done.
NIP worded it that way.
No.
Valve
worded it this way when they released those stickers. 50% of these proceeds are going to go directly to teams.
Okay.
So it's difficult to gauge like what exactly they mean by that, and if that,
because there's no signatures then, it was just in-game stickers, right?
No player stickers, just team
stickers. Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess this is one that we need to see develop a little bit more.
Yeah.
Always following the drama.
Yeah, always the fun stuff. All right, let's get into a positive one here. We're going to get into the N1 moment, brought to you by N1 Bet. Gamble responsibly for all that jazz. Lucas, there should be a couple of links provided. I think Prof sent you some. I sent you some. Pick your lot right there. But this one here is going to be about Golas and Imperial. So we do have that Imperial fan back there in the corner. I'm sure he's happy about this one. 710,000 viewers concurrently watching one of their matches.
Wild.
Crazy.
So this right here, I think, has to be celebrated. The fact that, right, we know what the concurrent viewerships have been like and how big the viewerships have been, and we know that it can be contentious at times with the Brazilian community. But this year for Golas, to be able to get this many numbers, and for Imperial, the legendary names, to be able to pull that level of viewership from their home is insane. I don't think
top 10 stream like on
all
Twitch,
time, right?
On Twitch, yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's all you can really say about something like this, because there's pictures up on like airports and
a round of applause to Golas.
We'll do a round of applause for Golas.
Our biggest.
All right, here we go. Yeah, there we go.
What I say? What's the thing that they tweet? Where's Rolf?
Come to Brazil?
No, the other thing is something about HLTV. There's a HLTV thing going on. Where's our Brazilian guys?
Do you speak Portuguese? Yeah. Okay. So maybe you can help us right now, right? Yeah, deliver him the mic. Deliver him the mic. This is great. Look at it. We're moving it. Oh, he's near the speaker, Lucas. Is that a problem, Lucas?
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
Okay. Hello. All right. So maybe you can help us.
Maybe you can move out a bit so we can see you on the camera as well. I don't know. That would be kind of cute. Yay.
There you go. That's perfect. That works perfectly. Right there. Bang on. All right. So I guess you can help us understand something as big as this. We saw Golas in tears. It's obviously massive for the region. Do you want to help from a Brazilian standpoint for everybody at home to understand how important this is?
For a Brazilian standpoint, this massive numbers, it represents a lot for us, because being Brazilian, it's like what Fallen says in the interview. It's like surpassing every barrier the world put. So it's like nobody believes in us. Like the HLTV wrote an article.
This man right here, actually.
About why the Last Dance won't work. And you saw, we made it work. We almost get to the champion stage. It's like 700,000 people believing we're going to get there. Brazilian crowd, all people from all around the world believing that Brazil, it's really big. It's believing that something no one in the world believes it's going to come true. It's like, it's really massive for us. It's like we put everything from Brazil in these guys. Brazil, all Brazil is this guys.
So Imperial represent Brazil.
Yeah,
Okay.
Imperial represent
I mean-
Brazil. It's really massive for us.
Natural follow-up is, of course, you have a lot of good teams from Brazil.
Yeah.
So why is it specifically Imperial over a Furia or over an MIBR?
I think it's specifically Imperial because they brought so much joy and so much trophies for our
Yeah.
country that we that we remember that feeling. I remember watching them 2016, 2017, winning everything, bringing me joy when I was starting at Counter-Strike. So seeing them play again, it's like everything happening again.
Okay.
It's like almost getting to the champion state, almost believing we can win a major again, even in the 30s. Like FNX is 32 years old,
32, yeah.
Fallen is 30 years old, and it's like,
Boomers,
like you said, we won't make it. We almost make it, you know?
But
Yeah.
here's a question, right? And like obviously you have a lot of pride for your country, but
Yeah.
did like as much as there's wanting to believe, and then there's like actually believing. Did you think that they could have did they do better than you expected them to do?
We actually always believe because it's not like we want to believe. We always believe because nobody believes in us. If we don't believe, you won't believe, he won't believe, nobody will believe in us.
Cry.
Okay.
We need to believe to them to succeed.
So it's faith.
Yeah, it's faith.
Yeah.
So this is and I don't want you to be speaking for all of Brazil here, right? But you're the best representative we have in the room.
Of course.
The only one.
So this is obviously something, and this is the N1 moment, right? Which is meant to be a positive moment, and it is, right? I think we're all here very happy to see because
Nailed it.
This is the most important part of all of this, right? Is we all love Counter-Strike, right?
Yeah.
Like all the fans watching that, but all the fans, even this guy right here who said that Imperial can't do it, he loves Counter-Strike just as much as the Brazilian fans love Counter-Strike.
Also, the thing is, like, he did it because he wanted those guys to do the best that they can,
Yeah,
right?
and-
It's not like he did it so
that
like
they would
fuck
fail.
fall and never
Yeah.
play CS again. It's like
Yeah,
do
yeah.
it in a way that makes sense because we all didn't believe that this made sense.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
And they obviously toppled everybody's expectations, right? Which is fantastic because by the end, once they beat Cloud9,
Even you were a fan.
I was believing. I was like,
Yeah.
fuck it, let's go, let's go all the way. Why not, right? Because this story, and you said it yourself, being 30 years of age, still competing. This is not something that happens, right? This is a miracle, right? That what they were able to do right here, and if they can back it up, they're legit as fuck, right? Because you can't take away beating the world number 4. You can't take away the type of Counter-Strike they were playing.
It's
They
one
did
of
a
the
great
best
job.
stories at the major.
It's a great story, right?
Like-
But this is bringing me to the next thing because there's a lot of right now, right? This right here is something that we as a community can be responsible for, right? The Brazilian community, the European community, the North American community, the Australian community, the world community, because that's what we represent right here, right? Right now, it feels like it's an us versus them mentality of all of us, right? Like for all of us, we're all against each other all the time, right? Like Brazil, I think they think that Europe's against them or America's against them or they're all against them, but nobody's against anybody because we're all Counter-Strike fans, right? And this is the thing that I think is very important. I had a conversation on Twitter with just a random user from Brazil yesterday who said to me after Alex and I did the Furia game versus G2, and he said to me, SPUNJ, I watch all the HLTVs. You finished casting that game and you weren't excited for Furia. I fucking love Furia. When the whole thing happened with Fallen from when he was in MIBR and the stuff that happened
There
with
is a
Furia
video
back then,
on
yeah,
YouTube, yeah.
I'm like fucking crying. I'm a grown-ass man crying because poor Art and his boys are getting swamped on social media, right? And I said to him, I had a conversation and I was chatting, I'm sorry if you felt that I wasn't celebrating Furia. I was very emotional. Alex and I are in the room and we're almost tearing up, right? And I'm letting the emotions of that moment breathe and everything. And I think he was Brazilian and he's a fan of Furia, right? And he thinks because I wasn't mega hype that I wasn't happy for Furia. But that was not the case. I was happy for Furia. And this is why it brings me to this conversation topic. And this is why if the next major happens in Rio, right? I think it's one of the worst kept secrets in all of esports. Like that's what we all think's happening, right?
But you said
It's- Yeah, it's going to be huge. It's going to be massive. It's going to probably be the biggest major ever, right? With the passionate fans that Brazil has. But I want, and I hope everybody in this room wants, the Brazilian fans to be thought of as a positive way, not a negative way. And at the moment, because of like clashes on social media and this, that, and the other, it doesn't always come across that way. And I think from Brazil, from like Goles, apparently, and this is me reading HLTV forums, that Goles thinks that we have a problem with him, that we don't like Goles, which is not the case.
It's the opposite.
Exactly. And I hope that we can mend that relationship, right? So that everybody is just here for love, for Counter-Strike, for the thing that we all enjoy. Everybody right now. I love the fact that 60 plus people have turned out in this room right now to listen to 3 fucking clowns talk about Counter-Strike. This is fucking amazing. And I think that if we are going to have a major in Brazil, that we all should be friends. That we all should, that this is it. And I love the fact you've jumped on the mic here for us and you're having this conversation. So what can we do to help get Brazil to understand that we love them and we love their passion for Counter-Strike?
I can't speak for all Brazilians, but I think part of the thing that Brazilians think it's the world against us, it's this feeling of nobody believe in us, because when we say, hey, we're going to get the last dance, the Brazilian core that won everything, it's like nobody. Probably 1 or 2 people in this room believed in them. Said, hey, they're going to win and they're going to be a really great team again.
But
so it's like...
But isn't that kind of like the underestimation is part of what made this so insane?
Yeah.
Right?
That underestimation make us grow stronger.
Yeah.
But we also want your love. We
love you.
But they earned our love with what they did.
Exactly.
Right?
Brazil is all, Brazilian crowd, Brazilian fans. We're all made of love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All Gaules says, all Gaules speaks for is love. Is making a community made of love, made of What?
Nothing.
No, nothing.
I think.
Nothing.
Do you think it gets a little lost in translation, like literally, because the way that I've seen this in football, in League of Legends, in Counter-Strike, Brazil's like emotions in sports is like on another level.
Yeah,
so
we get so hyped.
Yeah,
we get really, really hyped on our esports and esports based fans, and sometimes we get misunderstood for some people, like on HTV forums, or for people on the internet in general, because there is people like in every sport, there are going to be haters. There are going to be people that have threatened you, and we're not all of these.
Yeah. I think that right there is the most important part, right? In every community, right, there's a small vocal minority.
And
that
we listen to them.
Yeah, that spoil it for everybody. But as long as we all know that we're all in for the same thing of Counter-Strike, everything's good.
Aww.
Everything's
like,
great.
I'm here like speaking to you like friend to friend.
Yeah.
We all love Counter-Strike, but Brazilian crowd is so big that there's so many of these haters.
Sure.
And they speak really loud because there's so many. But we have so many people that really love Counter-Strike and won't make anything to you, would really hug you, would say, hey, come here, let's party Counter-Strike together.
That's everybody's favorite meme. But I think that's the important part, right? And as long as everybody knows that at the end of the day, it's all about Counter-Strike, it's all good. So this is great. I really appreciate your time, man. Thank you very much.
And please come to Brazil. Come to Brazil.
There we go. Okay, so that was the N1 moment. Now,
Yekindar's giving him a keyboard.
There we go.
Sweet.
So we've just solved the Brazil and rest of the world relations here.
You've done such a good job, SPUNJ.
And now we're about to get into very contentious topics. So, everybody ready for this? All right, we're going to jump into talking about Cloud9, and now we're going to start talking about the majors. So we'll keep FJ here for the final Cloud9 topic, and then after we're done talking about this stuff, then
I just think everyone wants to know what Yekindar thinks about this.
He's not coming for this. He's coming for the championship bracket only, all right? He's still got a while to wait.
All right.
Okay, so there's a couple of things that we want to sink our teeth into here around Cloud9. The first one, and let's start with the one that's a little bit funnier of the two, because the second one here fucking sucks. The first one, Lucas, my laptop's died. You're going to have to do all this shit. I didn't plug it in, apparently. Anyway, you'll be right. The first one here is around the veto. Now, this one here was hilarious. Because we had the conversation in our group going on, and Maniac was like, I heard that they fucked up the veto, and I was like, there's no way at a major of all events that you forget to ban your perma-ban of Nuke in a best of one where you get 3 bans. How do you fuck that up?
Happens. I guess it happens.
To be fair, it is a different the veto system that is used in, obviously, like that. I'm not saying that as an excuse, but it's at least makes it somewhat understandable that maybe they thought there was a ban coming or whatever. They didn't realize that they hadn't banned what they wanted. Yeah.
I had to like you were bringing up conspiracies before, and I was like, what if?
Yeah.
This article that was about to drop a day later, people knew of this, and then it was like, let's just lose. But that's the craziest conspiracy possible.
I
like to explain how this can happen.
Maybe to try and take the spotlight away.
Yeah, like Nuke.
Yeah, we can play Nuke now. But this one right here.
Full tinfoil hat right there.
Yeah.
And this is one where maybe people have some misconceptions on how it happens with the vetoes and everything, right? Once upon a time, when I got to play in majors, it was fun. Because guess what? Valve came and we had a chat. It was really good. These days, they're not with us just yet. But maybe
they're tweeting. They're tweeting.
We love you, Valve. You did it in client, because the Valve employees would come and they would actually set up the servers. The Valve employees would be there, they'd be on the site, they'd set up the servers, and you veto in game. So there's no fucking it up.
Yeah.
There's no conversation, and you do it just before the game. Now in a lot of events, guys, what they do is you're vetoing an hour to half an hour before. So they do it either on a tablet or on paper or in the old school way. And then that way it helps the admin team get it sorted. The guys in production can set up all the graphics and everything. So it's all going to be a little bit more streamlined. And the players already know, so they can start focusing on that first, second, third map. But with this one, it was like
there's no misclick, yeah.
Well, it was on a tablet, I believe, and it's verbal. So the admin would press. This is how I understand it. Anyone can correct me if I'm wrong. YEKINDAR would be perfect for this. Did you witness any vetoes?
See, this is why he should be.
So, yeah, but you'd click on the tablet on Prof would Striker,
Mike.
The classic meme.
Yeah.
Admin clicks.
Yeah.
So it's basically, I think they forgot to ban Nuke. It's not that they misclicked or something, because if admin would misclick, then they would do reveto, right?
Yeah.
So they just
said the wrong
it's
thing.
A human factor. Maybe he was tired or something. I don't know.
Maybe. But this is the thing, right? In this situation, now, this is why I wanted you here. You said to me in League, if they pick the wrong, is it champion? Is it hero?
It's a champion.
Okay, sorry. If they pick the wrong champion, that they get to change that.
If it's like a clear error and an immediate oh fuck, what have I done?
Okay.
The ref can come over, and pick and bans get remade often as well. So that does happen. But it's not like all the time. But I know you differ.
No,
I
I don't mean it like all the. Yeah,
no. But you're. I mean, you've told me this. You think, well, fuck that. If you make a mistake, you gotta play.
Well, when you're in-game leaders and coaches weren't as prevalent when I was playing, but in-game leaders, like if it was you and me vetoing, right? And we have history playing against each other.
Yeah.
The veto is where we started fighting. Like we're already on. Like we're at this point.
But this was the cadiaN also match, right?
Yeah.
So
But this is why I thought there might have been a moment where it was quite genuine that they could have been letting Nuke slip through. Because like FaZe on Nuke, yeah, it's okay, right? Like, is it great? It's okay. So I thought that maybe there was actual genuine like mind games. And what you would do if you left Nuke in and it was Ancient and Nuke and you wanted cadiaN to pick Nuke, would you go, let's play Nuke? Or would you go, fuck, I should have fucking banned Nuke. What did I do? You'd want him to pick Nuke. Now, obviously,
they
as
lost.
we have learned, that wasn't the case. They didn't look very good on Nuke
HObbit
whatsoever.
did try to like sell it in some like super political ways. Like we kind of prepared.
We tried something.
We tried something. We had some
it's
stuff
just a
on
major,
our,
Let's just try something.
We expected to win like 10 rounds on the CT side. Our T side doesn't exist. That was essentially. I was like, what is he saying? This doesn't make any sense.
But he was tricking people. We were watching it, and we were fully bought in. We were like, oh my god, they have protocols, they have strats. This is crazy. And then the T side came, and it was like, okay.
Yeah. So that one was a little bit of a boo-boo made by Cloud9. But the next bit here is a bit that like is rough. And if some of our viewers here have been watching for a very long time, then you'd be aware of the I buy power. Everyone, who knows of I buy power? Lots of you know I buy power.
The stickers or the actual situation?
Well, the company still exists. So it is just the team and obviously the match fixing around that back in the day. Right now, there has been accusations laid by not this striker, but a striker from Kazakhstan, which is where HObbit's from, and other individuals implicated who maybe you've heard of, like Keen and Fitch. And basically, it's not match fixing, but it's spot fixing. And the difference between spot fixing and match fixing is the result of the entire game. Spot fixing is to do with specific rounds, right? So
or aspects, somebody gets
knifed or dropping a gun, or
someone might remember Navi buying a M249 as well recently. Just saying.
What?
Yeah,
Prof?
that would be a spot fix. Yeah.
Yeah, but nothing came of that one, right?
No one's talking about that anymore.
This is another conversation where it gets into a bit of a gray area, right? Like if you're Perfecto and you use Twitter and you see the tweet and it's a joke, and then you end up buying the gun.
Yeah.
Like
it's like why are these things betted on even because it's stuff that's gonna happen.
People will bet on anything, right?
Yeah,
like
true.
Exotic markets are like some of the most exciting things to bet on because you're betting on dumb shit. Like
people are gonna put up like bets on how many times you're gonna say the C word on a show or
exactly.
Something like
Right? One day we might have that option
They should.
We'll have some multis out there. We'll see how many times Prof actually says it because he's trumping me this evening.
Yeah, I'm just making up the lost ground over these years.
I appreciate it. But this situation with HObbit, there's evidence. So Striker, maybe you could help. I turn to you when it gets serious. Maybe you could help us all understand the situation because I read through the article, right? But if you want to lay out a couple of exactly. It was long. This is another Richard Lewis piece, by the way. So shout out to Richard. Some great reporting recently. Well, always.
You're like, cover my ass.
No, he knows what
always.
I've had a couple beers. He understands.
Okay.
So do you want to give us the lowdown?
Right. I guess the TLDR would be that a former coach of who played with Hobbit, Fitch, Keen, and Fantastic, who probably nobody really knows about too much because he hasn't really played on like very notable teams, but I'll mention him just for clarity's sake. That their team from late 2015 had a couple of matches in some of the qualifiers for the minors in the CS, and essentially what he's claiming is that the team basically decided to throw the first round of each of their first pistol round of each of their matches, and betted on it. And they were supposed to earn something about $5,000, I think was the amount that was said. They didn't really earn a lot of that money, or even all of that money, because those bets got canceled because of the bookmaker actually thinking that there was some suspicious activity.
People talked as well. I think that was also mentioned.
Yeah, but obviously, this coach actually came forward with some screenshots from that time from the bookmaker and the bets.
He was the coach.
Yes. No, he was
a player.
Actually, he was a player. He was at the time. But he came with few screenshots from conversations with the team and stuff like that, where like obviously a lot of it is circumstantial, but it's gonna raise some questions. It was something like like theoretically throwing matches and stuff like that. Nothing necessarily damning, but there's clear like intent is there somewhere. So it's just difficult. The timing.
Yeah,
the timing is definitely the suspicious part, because obviously these guys are playing at the major, and you want to bring it up at a time where it's gonna get the most
traction.
Get the most traction, right?
Definitely has.
Yeah, that's.
I'll just say like one of the quotes from especially Hobbit aren't really doesn't really prove anything. Like quotes saying like bet on this, bet your house on this, you'll have 2 houses.
Yeah, you heard another one. Yeah.
Like I've seen so many players say this, especially like low tier players when they have their first HLTV match that is covered, by betting sites.
Sure.
Everyone just like says something about it. Doesn't mean they actually I could have had like 10 of these screenshots just talking to people from the creation scene when they have their first match. It's like, oh, we're on GG bet. Let's throw, ha ha ha. Like they didn't throw. At least to my knowledge, they just lost because they're bad and they're from Croatia. It's just classic. But maybe they could have. It's all the same thing. So I'm not saying he's innocent or guilty. I'm just saying like the evidence is there, and there's like it's circumstantial. Nothing is there to just nail.
It was his birthday on Monday.
But it's now ESIC is getting involved, and then if you can track some like bets and betting patterns and stuff like that, then of course
What do you guys think about statute of limitations?
Yeah, this was a curious one. This is a very interesting topic right here, right? Like,
and it's also like so little in terms of the actual money. It's like just like the IBA Power case. So they're losing their careers over like nothing.
This was 7 years ago, right? So this was back in 2015, right?
Yep.
If it is true, and that, right, who thinks that 7 years later you should still be able to be prosecuted for something you did? It's less than
not
5.
Like murder, of course.
No, but
like
we're talking spot fixing or match fixing.
Yeah.
Should there
or
be?
Tax evasion,
let me reframe this because that's quite specific. Should there be a statute of limitations on something like this? Like if it happened, if the year is 2030 and it comes out that I was a scummy, I almost said the bad word again. If I was a scummy motherfucker back in Australia and I was fixing matches, which is hard because we were winning them all, then like should I still get banned in 2030? Raise your hand.
It's a long
Okay.
question. That's a long
No.
question. I think everyone lost.
I
it.
lost it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be the
Look.
first time.
Yeah. Should there be a statute of limitations
On this stuff.
On this stuff.
Like meaning that it's like he shouldn't get punished anymore after a certain amount of years have passed.
Okay.
It's like kind of a 50-50.
Yeah,
30,
and that
40.
is probably the take here. I
Yeah.
think that's probably the general consensus. Is it's a hard one, right? Because I'm normally pretty hard pressed on the line of if you cheat or if you do something that's morally bad, that you should probably cop it, right? But it's a hard one here.
Someone has an opinion?
Zona? Yeah? Yeah, but I guess, but his was pretty recent history, right? His was like within 4 years.
Right.
No, it was less.
Less than
It was
four?
like,
Less
I
than
think
that.
most of it was within last year.
Last year or two.
But
yeah.
I guess your point is if we found out about it in 10 years' time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very hard.
But like the punishment should befit the crime, I guess, then also.
Yeah.
We got a couple of hands up. Mr. B&E? Which tier? Depends on the money though, right?
Yeah, and like where
there's
you're
other
from, money
factors.
is worth like more than it is like, you know.
If you're a kid, then you probably wouldn't get prosecuted anyway, right? Like legally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because sometimes it's a decision. Yeah, you were younger, you made a dumb decision, and to get a whole lifetime ban for that, it's a lot of talent that gets thrown out.
Well, we saw what happened recently with Valve around majors and the players who cheated, right?
Yep.
And then now, how many years is it after they cheated? Is it wiped? I'm putting you on the spot right here.
I can't remember at the moment. Is it
Five?
5? I want to say it's 5. Is it 5?
It could be 5.
Yeah,
So
I think it's 5.
I want to go to Mr. Orange Hat next because you put your hand up immediately.
I apologize. I really have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, go
Could
for
I?
it.
Yeah, go for it.
It's 16 different cases.
16 different
for Zoner.
For Zona.
16 different cases of.
So 16 matches.
No,
Okay.
yeah, say different cases.
Yeah.
That were opened against him. For that, that's all the amount he did.
Okay. All right. Can you give the mic? Yeah. Mr. Orange Hat, you put your hand up quite quickly before we asked about statute of limitation.
Yeah, I was just thinking about other sports. So if we look back at like the Olympics,
Yeah.
we look back
Bro,
at
you
Tour
look
de
so
France.
lonely here.
I mean, it's not the same standard, but they don't have statute of limitations there. People are
Yeah.
getting gold medals taken away. People are getting records taken away. And I don't see why, if you do something wrong, that you should not have. I'm not saying they need to be fined, go to prison, whatever, but you know, your sporting achievements, they should be removed.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I can see that. I can see that. Can you give the mic to Mr. Tyloo Hat right here?
Yeah, I was actually gonna say the same about the severity of the crime, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're 18 or maybe even younger, someone like Monacy, and you cheat in tier 4, 5, or you match throw, I don't think you should be banned
For life?
No, not for life. Anyway, there's like a 5-year ban for VAC bans now, as we just said. But I think if you find that out 10 years later, for example, Monacy turns 28, right? I don't think he should be banned for that. I think it's on the severity. Like, if he were to do it in a major...
And won the final, and yeah.
Maybe
Like-
just don't ban, but make a fee.
Yeah, it's an interesting one.
Pay for your cheats, pay for your mistake, pay for your match fixing, and
Yeah.
This is a very interesting conversation because I think it's one that like it has a lot of implications, right? Of it, and there's a lot of people who could interpret it in a lot of different ways. So look, thank you everybody for your opinions. That was good. Thank you, Alex. And we'll probably move on now because the thing is, we're going to get into talking about the actual results of the games. So we've gotten through the drama, right? We've covered off all the big drama topics. We've done all that bullshit. We spoke about the good stuff. We've got YEKINDAR here now. YEKINDAR, say hello to everybody.
Hello.
There you go.
It's nice to be here again, but now I'm just replacing Sjokz for a moment, you know.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to come back.
We just had cadiaN walk in as well.
Yeah.
So we're getting one player taking the seat. cadiaN's going to come do an interview after. But the thing is, like, I don't know if we're late or he's early. We need an ad break. So run the ads.
The Xtrfy M42 RGB, what a fun mouse with 5 colorways, lightweight frame at just 59 grams with a swappable backplate to suit your grip style, the sensor, the easy core, the smooth skates and driverless control for RGB and DPI is why you should check out the M42 RGB down below.
Buy and sell your skins now. Easy, fast and safe. The best skin site. Credit card deposits and withdrawals. Instant cash out methods. Get the best deals. Quick, simple, reliable. Bitskins.com.
All right, we're back. We've topped up on some drinks. Some people are going to the bathroom. It is an awful long time to be sitting down. Thank you, everybody, for staying patient. Yes, you can. You got the handheld mic now. Do you want to become our... Oh, wonderful. Okay, this is good. I like this. All right, so we're going to get YEKINDAR here now. So everyone give Sjokz a round of applause. All right, YEKINDAR.
I actually thought it would be a bit worse because League of Legends, you know, like trash game. So
we are in Belgium.
He has to talk.
I'm just joking.
He's got to talk shit back. You did.
This is a very
didn't work. It just fell on deaf ears, man.
Nah. I think everyone just wants to piss right now. So
that's all right. They can come back. There's no pressure here,
Let's
right?
just show the crowd for a second to see like how many people.
Empty seats.
Yeah.
Is this Las Vegas in 2017?
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. That's a burn that only, you know, I don't know how many everyone's going to get that. Okay, so we're going to talk, we were just talking about the drama around Cloud9. Let's talk now about the results. We won't start with Cloud9. Let's start with the 0-2 teams, right? And we're going to fly through these. Then we're going to do the brackets. We're going to talk about the brackets for the champion stage. And then we're going to get cadiaN, who's joined us right here for a bit of an interview after. And then we'll do a bit of a Q&A with everybody here. So depending on the time, maybe it ends up being 1 a.m. But we'll find out.
I think that's when we literally need to exit the building.
Fuck. All right, maybe 12. All right. So let's start with Bad News Eagles. We've got a couple of Bad News Eagles here. They're fans right here. Bad News Eagles went 0-3. They got eliminated by Imperial in the final game. They'd beaten Imperial during the challenger stage on Vertigo. And he decided this time round to pick Mirage. What the fuck happened? Why'd they pick Mirage?
Who's taking this one?
Any of you. Go
obviously.
Go nuts.
I mean, it doesn't even matter for me, the map. I don't think the map matters that much. I think it's just how they play, and they live by the sword, die by the sword. And we saw them pull off all these crazy rounds, and we saw them throw away these win one round essentially. And I think we just have to accept that that's the team where they are right now. Like they have, I almost think of them as like a European Tyloo. When you think about Tyloo at the majors, they're the team that brought in like this crazy shit and picked up a couple of upsets. Maybe they made like the top 16, and that's kind of where it died down. I think they had opportunities. They're better than Tyloo, obviously playing in Europe all the time. They have more to their game. They have better individuals, and they could have done more. But then, of course, they just shit the bed in the key rounds. 16-14 Copenhagen Flames. But the Imperial last round, where Flatro is on the flank and just like runs for no reason. Like they have a perfect call.
We were casting that one.
Ancient as well, like 5 versus 3 against the
Copenhagen Flames. Yeah, it's the same thing, right? So it's just where they are.
The thing is, I actually put them 0-3, but those are my boys. I like them. I really respect them.
So what do you do to the guys that you don't like?
Well, I mean, it's... You know, I tried to motivate them with that 0-3.
So it's like Striker with Imperial.
Yeah, exactly. But what I wanted to say is that this is like first legit big tournament for them. And as I know from my experience and from many player experience, you just get to a point where you make those mistakes. And you either going to win... like you need to win really confidently or play some bad teams, or the teams need to have a bad day to actually to go to the playoffs. But it's just where experience plays and where you actually Flutter is going to remember that flank on Mirage for a long time. And when players remember, and next time they're not doing these mistakes. This is all experience, and next major maybe they're going to go higher, maybe even lower because of tilt or something, because they were super close this major. But
the skills there, right? There's no doubt about it. I think the individuals all had a map where they showed something great. Like we did a Vertigo GXX game where he popped off. I think like Rigon for me. And this is the thing. Rigon's been around the traps forever. I don't know how many people have seen Rigon around playing in lower tier teams and whatnot.
Bro, I was playing FPLC with him.
Yeah?
Yeah. Before when I was in Elements Pro Gaming, I think.
Okay.
That was a long time ago.
4 years ago, guys.
Who remembers?
These young bucks.
Wasn't the contact team like Rigon, Snappy, Smooya,
Esperanto, no?
and Esperanto,
Yeah,
or
something
like that.
That team is like, these are amazing players.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on? How did that not work at all? Because it was yeah. I'm
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
gonna
well,
not gonna
Snappy's
go into
doing
that.
well now. So,
Everyone's Spinks is
yeah.
doing well.
Esperanto is probably the only one we
Smua's
haven't heard a lot
streaming.
from.
Smua's
Smua's streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think for Bad News Eagles, I guess that's a nice way to cap it off, right? It was their first big experience, their real opportunity to get involved in this level of Counter-Strike, show that they're skilled individuals, they put themselves on the map. I just hope right now that, for me, this is the perfect position for a team like this to be in. It shows that Valve's system with the stickers, right? This team doesn't have an org, but this team is going to make a shitload of money from the stickers alone. I think they're in the same capsule as Imperial, which just means we're going to ching. So they don't even need an org, right? They can manage this in a different way where this is how it works in Dota with like TI, right? Some of the teams, once upon a time...
We're going quickly through these teams, right, Chad?
Yeah, all right. Never mind. Next topic. All right. Moving on to Lulquid, everyone's favorite North American representation. Is this team going to change roster?
Yes.
Quite a few yeses.
Do you have some inside info, maybe?
No, I don't have inside information.
Yeah.
I never have. But no, just they need to change.
They need to change.
Right.
Why?
Do you think maybe
this
do
is
you
not
think
good for
European player is going to be an option for them again?
I have no information that I could share, but I think everything is possible, and I hope it's gonna be good because like Liquid is a good org and they deserve to be in like at least playoffs, and like they have a huge fan base, and the results now are obviously bad.
Okay.
For the org, and they obviously want more, so maybe they're gonna get some player.
Yeah,
I don't know which one though.
Yeah, I remember last time we were talking about, or at least I was saying, like, I don't expect them to go 0-3 because they're like the star trio is actually too solid.
Yeah.
But the problem was Elish had a really kind of like a challenger stage,
Yeah,
and
it was
then
just okay.
he went into the legend stage, kind of continuing along the same path until the last map. I think that they played against.
Yeah, it was Dust 2. It was Dust 2.
Yeah.
The last map against Vitality.
Maybe
yeah.
JKS.
Yeah, there you go.
Maybe JKS.
Yeah, would you like to see JKS in Liquid?
So the thing with JKS and Liquid is that, and I don't know the personal relationship. I just know when JKS and NAF were in the team together back in Renegades,
Yeah,
JKS didn't play well.
Yeah.
NAF played well, JKS didn't. So I don't know if that's like personality. I don't know what the overlap there is. I don't know if NAF and Justin like played a lot of similar positions back then.
I mean, they do now, so that is a bit of an issue. Like it's the
That
same
was the
thing as
issue
like
back then.
Sjokz. What? Yeah, exactly. It was the same like discussion as like Sjokz. You know, he's supposed to be the guy who has a little bit more space and lurks around and stuff like that. He obviously isn't that doing now in Liquid because they have NAF. Like
Sure.
you don't want to take that from NAF. So that's kind of the problem that
NAF was the
they're coming
only
up against.
shining light in this team, essentially.
Yeah.
OC though has some.
I
had
think
some
yes,
moments.
I think
moments
OC is
that-
pretty
yeah.
good. He's just not that experienced, but
Yeah,
like, he's
you
in
can't
the right,
expect it
he's
from
on,
him
he's
at
on the
his
right
first
way.
major.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it's NA team, so.
Yeah. No, but that's the thing. NA's never really had an AWPer. Maybe OC can become that. Right,
Yeah.
that could be it. OC's quite exciting.
If he would play
Yeah.
European team, he would evolve much faster.
Is this a
I
raised
think.
hand? Yeah, I'll repeat it. Jesus. Do we think Elige is the problem?
No.
We are getting live HLTV forum threads. So you think it's emotional? So for viewers at home, the question is about Elige being emotional and the way that he conducts himself. Personally, I think the body language is a big deal, but your team, you're the only one who really gets fired up. And everybody else is like pretty stoic and pretty like chill. And you can't really tell the difference between like an upset looking Buster or, you know, right? Like he's always looks the same.
I can tell.
So,
I can tell.
So,
What gives it off is the eyes.
It's the sighing, but you can see it. You can hear it in TeamSpeak, you know, sometimes. And when somebody's sighing, then you understand shit's serious and it's gonna be a comeback because they get mad and and it's good.
So I think that the Elige emotions could definitely have something to do. Like it's been spoken about a little bit in the past, but to know what's going on in the team, I don't want to speculate. Right, we definitely could, but I don't want to be that guy. So we'll stay away. But Mr. HLTV shirt.
That had a system in place that he wants a system and he doesn't get along with a lot of IGLs. That's why they brought Nitro back.
I don't know. Maybe.
It could be possible. I think Elige looks like a system guy. He's like
the way he approaches the game.
No, the way he dresses and like.
I don't remember the interview.
All the time
I don't remember
and
the
like
interview, but I can remember very clearly in my mind that it was a thing that Elige is. The way he thinks is that there are certain situations that might happen, and there are different plans for each.
It's possible,
Right.
but he has
And-
Nitro now, and I guess that the results still didn't go their way, right?
But it's also even talking about like the whole Nitro situation. There's all this talk about Sjokz calling not just the pistols, but like macro, this and that. And like Sjokz even saying in a French interview, and I don't know French, so whatever. But on HLTV forums, they say he's calling like a lot. So that's just an interesting.
Yeah, it's a curious standpoint. It's definitely a good question to ask there.
In all fairness, the way I see it, Nitro has been performing pretty well. I just believe that they need to be sticking for a bit longer and see how they evolve.
So you want to see them have more time?
Yeah, I believe that. Although I also believe Elish would be the core issue, as we've seen in the past Liquid iterations throughout the pandemic and so on.
Okay. Get some hard-hitting analysis
I think
here.
In every team, there's always
an issue,
space for the guy who is mad or emotional or something like that. If it's one guy, then it's normal. If somebody else is as well tilting, and
then it's a problem.
Yeah, that's why Elish and Simple didn't work out.
Yeah,
but like Simple on Navi is fine.
Okay, so most people thought a roster change. You think maybe a little bit longer. Thank you very much. Afia's friend. I got to label you guys somehow. I could have gone sunglasses. Sunglasses.
Sure, I can rock that. Thanks. No, I was thinking about it because you've got the NA problem, right? And I interviewed Complexity's coach as well. And I think just something that you might want to highlight is the fact that in NA as well, what he said a lot was
TC.
Yeah. He said that it was also a problem with like the whole fracking and the environment as well. The fact that they can't actually find that many good opponents.
Fuck NA.
No.
Anyway.
All right.
Mate, I lived in NA. I did that shit.
Where's Ryan making an
article?
article?
That's actually super true. The environment where you live is super important to improve.
No, of course, right? And but I think Liquid are the team who have a lot of shit afforded for them. They have a boot camp facility in the fucking Netherlands.
The thing is, I actually think like you're saying about like NA having bad teams or any, they were so much in Europe. I think during these 5 months.
But I know that some of the players in that team don't necessarily want to be in Europe all the time.
Yeah, obviously, but
like you can't have it both ways.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
It's kind of difficult.
So, all right, let's move forward. So we got a couple other teams to talk about here. Thank you, Alex. We got Cloud9. They went 1-3. Their loss to Imperial was obviously a massive story. I think Imperial beating the world number 4 is insane, right? That's insane. But Cloud9 didn't look like themselves. Now, we know the HObbit drama. We know that they fucked up the veto. And those two things back to back. But still, this team, again, is the world number 4, right? So, like, how do we excuse this? Is this the opportunity? Here we go.
There's a question.
How do we excuse it?
Yes.
They became top 4 during a 2-year online period.
Wow, Alex. Okay.
Next part. Here we go. He's going to follow up. He's
be
baiting us in.
careful
He has us in the first half.
And now we've returned to land.
Oh, okay. We double down. I love it. All right. Well, I think that the growth for them into LAN is something that still needs to be discussed, right? But this is where it becomes, like they should have still, right, with our lovely Brazilian friend over here, it's all love, that they still should have beaten Imperial. They're the world number 4, right? Like there's and
they've been consistent at beating these teams a lot as well. Like
on LAN as well.
Who aren't like the top 5. You know, it's like they've had problems with facing, like a FaZe or like teams like this, but not necessarily when they go down into like the top 20 teams.
So is it the players? Is it the system? Is it what is it?
I personally think that like you saying that they're onliners. Yeah, maybe that's true. A bit true. But they just didn't have that much experience, and with it.
Did you come up during the same time?
Yeah, exactly.
So
like,
you're an onliner?
I'm an onliner. Like for
yeah?
Yeah. But like they at the start it would work what you're saying, but they played literally Cologne, Stockholm, they played the Winter, they played Katowice, they played DSL Pro League. It's a lot of fucking tournaments. And when you play that much, it doesn't matter anymore. They don't remember online already. They only remember the lands that they play now.
It's not a question, for me, it's not a question of if they're like, I think onliners is just a nice dismissive term. We can just encapsulate an entire team and just throw them away. And, it's dismissive and overly simplified. But I do think there is something to be said, and we've always known this, that Counter-Strike feels different on LAN, and that there's different elements of team camaraderie, communication, your gameplay, even literally the moves you make are different on LAN. And if you can't grow accustomed, if you can't be comfortable in that LAN environment, which is understandable considering how they rose to power, when you're like, you know, you've got your fucking feet up in your living room, in your bedroom, and it's the Counter-Strike you've played since you were learning the game. That's one thing. But the reason that we have arenas full of people is because there's an extra component when you're on LAN. And all I'm when I'm kind of throwing away the comment.
Do you actually consider the studio as a LAN?
No.
Exactly. So why they lost? I mean, it's not the main reason why they lost Imperial, as I think. I don't think
they choked.
Maybe in arena, yes, it would matter, but in studio, it's legit. You're playing from home. Same thing.
It's
a mental
thing.
Yeah.
Literally for them, they're sitting there, and don't forget, we've got a lot of 19, 20-year-olds here. If you're a 19, 20-year-old, you don't even know who you are yet. You're literally just, you know, you're working it out, and you're sitting there surrounded by people you've idolized, people you've always wanted to be, you know, in the same room as. And you're sitting there, you've plugged in your mouse and keyboard, you're just doubting yourself.
You can't lose.
Mad imposter syndrome. Or, you know, our brains are against us most of the time. We're all cunts to ourselves. Like, they're just sitting there.
That's another one.
Oh, sorry. You know, we're all like that. And so I just imagine, like, these kids just don't have, you know, they don't have a big boy behind them. They don't have a Zonic. They don't have someone putting them into the right headspace. And they're just literally just watching their worst nightmare happen in real time. And you could see it. Like, watch that third map again. Shiro literally played like he's never played before. I've never seen Shiro play like that. That's all.
The thing is,
thanks for chipping in, Alex.
Whoa. Nice catch. That was a good catch.
That was good.
There we go.
The thing is, I know them all personally, and they're
you
not
know
kids.
old person.
No, I know all of them personally.
So you said they're not kids, like their personality?
They're super. They're super.
Okay, let's put it this way: do they need a roster change?
No.
So they just need more time. Well, they need a mental coach. What do they need? How do they break this barrier, YEKINDAR?
Minus Inters plus Mir, everyone knows it.
No, Mir's going any other team. But
okay.
But what I'm saying is that. Wait, I forgot what I wanted to say because you just do this.
You're sandbagging it right now.
It's so easy to throw him under the bus.
Yeah? But yeah, what I want to say is that HObbit.
Like
accusations with
another
HObbit,
targeted
the number 2 onliner of. Let's go.
He made the playoffs at least.
Well, I mean, that's literally why I wanted to pick up the microphone, because a lot of people make
if you stand up, the camera is gonna get you even better.
He's alright. He's alright.
I'm down here. I'm down here. Like, a lot of people are making like comparisons with us, and I mean, I agree with some of what you're saying, Alex, and I agree with some of what you're saying, YEKINDAR. I think, like, for me, the studio environment, I mean, it's not like really LAN, but it's also not the same as home, especially not when you can hear the opponents like scream and stuff like this. This is stuff that will affect you mentally, and I think the way that they played online was some of the most flawless Counter-Strike I've ever seen. Like, there wasn't a position that HObbit didn't jiggle peek, didn't hard peek, something that didn't flash. Like, and the way Nafani played off sound cues, like, was unbelievable. Like, when you played him on Vertigo, he would find the most insane timings every single time and stuff like this. And I think they're just making way more mistakes. And for me, that does have something to do with playing on LAN. Not specifically like crowds and stuff, but like, there's just things that's not in your control, which will affect you. The food, the PCs, the height of the chair. What do I know? Like, there's all kinds of small things which I think is like making them not be in the same comfort zone. And we all know how much comfort and confidence means in CS.
I agree with you, but don't you think that Gambit was like, before they started winning, nobody knew Gambit.
Yeah.
They were winning tier 3, tier 2 tournaments, then they won Katowice, they won like EPL or something, and they started to roll. Every team was watching 10 demos of Gambit every day. And how, like, they didn't change shit. They played the same how they played 2 years ago. Of course they're gonna lose. Of course they're gonna play bad. Of course they're gonna make mistakes because everybody knows how they play. And the thing is, if you want to be the best, you always evolve and try to do new things and finding new things. And when everybody knows how you play, you're just gonna lose. The thing is, for me, I think this point is more proven and more important than the LAN environment, because I'm going out of my own emotions about LAN and studio LANs. Arena is different, but still, I played my first arena in PGL Stockholm, and
and got wrecked by me.
Yeah. It was no, that's true. I can't say anything back because he's now in playoffs. He was in playoffs and beat us, bro.
This is a unique experience, isn't it? This is fantastic. Okay.
I do want to put, like, it's something that Moses said on Twitter right afterwards was something to do with killer instinct and that missing in Cloud9.
I feel like they missed that.
They definitely don't have a guy who will just like go for the big dick play.
Yeah, but like when HObbit has these accusations, he's, and like, I know HObbit, he's super how do I say, atmosphere guy.
Okay.
If something is bad, he's getting a bit dry, you know.
Yeah.
And I think
you think that heavily affected them.
I think it affected them.
Also, just one point before I put this microphone down. I think like one of the things is also that when you have this uprise as a team, especially when you're a team that's not known, people don't know anything about player tendencies and stuff. Like for the first 100 clutches, people would peak Shiro every time he tapped the bump. Now people know he's not taking it the first time, kind of thing, you know. Like, and they didn't know that Nafani would sneak up in the smokes. So like they had the uprise throughout the online period. And I think like maybe if they would get the uprise at a later point, they would have won more LAN tournaments and done better. Like
it's like as well the same when I was.
Thank you, cadiaN.
I was playing like super good last year, Katowice, right? And nobody know VP. We kind of got high up. Then everybody knew what I was doing, and I needed to change my game. It's basically the same, but Gambit didn't change shit.
Okay,
they
so
added a little bit, maybe different.
So you're blaming Nafani and the
wardrobe.
coach? That's the thing.
I think that's part of the problem, but
they need to shake it up.
Yeah, I think they need to, because they have their own style, like the Gambit style, and like when people know their rhythm and their tempo of the game, like the slow-paced CS that they play, they started adding a bit. It's good, but you still feel it really good against them when you're playing against them. For example, you feel bad like playing T-sides against Heroic, because they always have the stacks, some positioning, then rotations in good timing, depending on what the enemy team is doing, right? And then like pushes in late round as a thing that helps them to get to win the late round, right? Against Gambit, they're playing 2-1-2, not stacking, not doing anything, no idea. They're just like G2 style, but G2 actually have more firepower.
But they play almost like too predictably on the numbers, you know, if that's what you mean. Yeah.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. Mr. Yellow Shirt, you've had your arm up for a while. We'll do this one, and then we're going to move on, and we're going to jump to the next team here, because otherwise this will be record-breaking for probably the wrong reasons. All right, hit us.
Could you say that like the change from Gambit to Cloud9 and like how VP changed to outsiders, because both of you didn't qualify for the major, like
that's a good correlation.
Those factors.
And like how maybe they didn't have as much practice as they particularly wanted to. They couldn't work on changes that they might have wanted to, like things that they couldn't do the things they wanted to do because they didn't have that time with Gambit.
Sure, I get what you're saying there. I think there's definitely always, especially in the climate we're in right now,
I think it doesn't for the result that they have doesn't justify it, right?
Sure,
if they got to the playoffs and then lost, it'll be like, okay, you know, if they lost to a FaZe, they lost to, you know, Navi or
because I think they consider like a top 4 team here, right?
If they lost to any top 8 team, right, it would be fine, but not to Imperial. That's
all right. Yeah, good question. All right, I'll come grab that 1 sec.
Wait, you got that?
Did Gambit went 1-1 in first day?
What, sorry?
Gambit went
they lost to NIP.
Cloud9.
Cloud9, sorry.
God damn it.
Yeah, just always Gambit.
Yeah. They went
2-1 or 2-0.
They went 1-3.
No, at
yeah,
the
but
start,
1-1 the first day. They lost to
yeah?
NIP in the second game, right?
Oh,
and the first game I don't remember.
NIP on Inferno, 16-14.
He doesn't remember
and
that
then they
played us.
NIP on Inferno, then they lost to FaZe, and then
Ah, okay. FaZe 1-1?
Yeah, lost to FaZe on Nuke, which was
true.
Yep. All right, we have how many Germans again? Just one. All right, big can be quick. The big conversation. Did we overhype him?
I sold you down the river.
Fuck you guys.
A little bit, yeah.
Big have broken my heart so many times. I love Tabson. I love a bit of serious and
It's not the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world. I spoke a bit to Crimbo.
They beat Imperial. That's the most important part.
Imperial outplaced them.
Fallen never beat Big. Fact.
You pointed this one out.
It was worth the block on Twitter. I'm just saying.
Yeah, fair enough. Dear. But so Big, for example, like Big coming into this, obviously they went 3-0 during the RMR, so there's a lot of shine on them because they're in the legend stage, right? But I think that the team definitely has a lot more potential going forward now. I think there's a lot more firepower. I think maybe it's just about the time. And something similar you were saying with Cloud9, I think Big may be the same. They need a bit more of a shake-up in their approach. Now that God B's in the coaching chair, maybe we'll get that. He's only been there for a short period of time. Keep looking at the German lad. But I don't think like this is a big that needs a roster change. Before I thought maybe it's a big that needs a roster change. This one here I'm quite happy with. They just need time. Because Crimbo, he was in the Academy League and then he went over to Crystal's team and now he's playing in Big. And and Faven as well. Hasn't been there for long.
Yeah, and he looks, Crimbo, I have to say, he looks like he doesn't really give a shit too much about the pressure or whatever, you know, his first major and stuff like that. Didn't really look nervous to me at any point. Even had some clutches, like at least clutch situations where I thought, okay, like this kid actually has something, you know?
Yeah.
So like impressed in general. Obviously, we didn't expect the world out of Big, but we thought they might be competitive. You know?
I don't know. I actually thought they
would go through.
Yeah, because
from practice or
they changed up a lot in their gameplay.
Yeah.
I think they had like after they replaced Keto, I think they got a lot of motivation to prove that everyone that people are wrong, and I think Tapson was really motivated. Because there's a lot of new things that they're doing.
Yeah.
And maybe not Searson. Searson always does the same shit, but like in terms of calls, and I like Searson. He's super good. He's super consistent and super good. But I mean that they actually changed their game because we played against them, those two, but I don't remember which tournament. Not that long ago. Probably Armar.
Could have been Armar.
Yeah, and we played those two against them. They played completely different. I watched some of their other maps, and
okay, so they are changing. So they're on the right direction.
Yeah.
Next team, let's go.
Next team. All right, we got some big ones to get through here. Now we obviously spoke about Imperial.
We just got through Big.
Well, we obviously we obviously spoke about Imperial, so we don't need to linger on them for too long.
Bro, how much 6K people or how?
What did I miss?
How many people saw that? 60 people. Yeah, let's go.
That's enough.
All right. Well, we can be quick on Imperial here. I think obviously they defied everybody's expectations. They did better than everybody besides that lovely Brazilian fan over here. But I think what for me is the most impressive part is their demeanor in the games that they won. They were not nervy, which backs up the conversation we always have about experience, right? And Fur was a monster, right? Fur monster, we know the name.
Yeah.
But he was fantastic. He was playing like old Fur,
yeah.
right? Like the Fur that we know and love from the glory days. So that was really exciting.
Like he's like 32, right?
Fur's 30.
30, I think.
FNX is 32, and Fallen's 30.
But like for the age, he's like individually the best player in that.
You
Like
say he's
age
the best
bracket.
30 plus
Like yeah, of course it's a small sample
still,
size. But like just
he's up
watching,
there with Forrest.
He's better than Forrest.
You think so?
Like this form is better than Forrest.
Okay.
Where is Forrest?
Okay.
Is he at the major?
Wow.
Wow. Prof's fucking.
Yo,
you want to get blocked by Forrest now as well? Jesus, it's gonna be the legends of every scene you're getting blocked by.
I don't think
soon.
I'm going to lose much with that block. I'm just saying.
Oh my God, the double down as well. Jesus. Okay, so Imperial, we've sung their praises. We spoke about the goalless stuff, the numbers they pulled, the project, like it's already exceeded expectations. So anything they do in the future here, I think it's already a win. Like the fact that they made it to the Challenger stage was a win. The fact that they made it to the Legend stage is a win. The fact that they almost made it to the Champion stage and they beat the world number 4 is crazy, right?
Yeah.
So they've exceeded everybody's expectations. We're saying good things about them, right? And that's all we can say.
They're playing the Pineapple Cup in Lund in a couple of weeks.
Pinnacle Cup in Lund.
So
Yeah.
that's going to be a nice test for them. It's a kind of a semi-stacked tournament
Yeah.
as well. So
Yeah.
maybe they can build on this. Maybe they're just going to be like destroyed. And
Do you
it's
actually
gonna be
think?
what?
Do you actually think?
Why you want us to answer that now?
I think.
Do you understand now?
I think the major was the most important thing for them, and then they're not gonna.
So you think they're going to be a major team?
He
Like
doesn't
Copenhagen
believe, man.
Flames?
He doesn't believe.
No, I believe. But after the Cloud9 win, I believed, but then they lost, so I don't believe anymore.
Okay, all right.
But I love Brazil, though.
But this is
no
the
offense.
thing: if they go into the next event and they back it up, right, and they play just as good and just as solid, then it's legit, right? And that's what we're looking for, right?
Yes.
So, and this would be crazy. This would be fantastic if they can continue that type of form in the future, and then we can all be excited about it. All right, next team, all right? Because we haven't even got to the champions bracket yet. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there's also cadiaN here. We need to talk to him.
Yeah, fuck. Sorry, cadiaN.
And like I'm not in a rush, but maybe he is.
Yeah,
so
that's
like,
true.
Well,
Well,
that's
let's
quarterfinals tomorrow, right?
No,
Not
it's on
tomorrow,
Friday
not
night.
tomorrow.
He's got Friday night.
Oh, okay.
So,
Oh,
but we
then
still
chill,
don't
then
want to
just
keep
sit
him past
chill.
his bedtime. Let's talk about. We'll finish all the teams who didn't qualify. You want to talk about your team?
No.
All right, that's fine.
You can ask me questions if you want, but like,
No, because the thing is,
You won't answer.
no, I can answer.
I saw you on a cute date with Buster the other day.
Oh
after being
yeah,
eliminated.
Buster's super cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like we went for food, then we went like walking and like had a romantic conversation.
Yeah.
And, like talking about his wife and.
but like
Is he
seriously,
married?
you guys,
Yeah,
Seriously? Amazing.
you guys weren't practicing, right?
we were.
You were? I thought
Yes.
you were just streaming every day.
I had 150 hours to this major,
Wow,
but I played like
Dexter played 180 and
bad.
he qualified. So.
like 180. I needed only 30 more, right?
Yeah.
Bro, I did a 15.5-hour stream like before the major.
So
I
how much
still
could you have
lost.
been pracking?
As a
No, it's
team,
just
as a
It
team.
was just individually practicing.
Yeah.
No, it's just we played less than usual.
Okay.
But we played.
Okay. All right.
So-
all right.
So it's just
Because
like,
there's obviously rumors around your team, right? We could throw you under the bus right here, but I might avoid that. I might let
You can do it. I
How
know,
many
I
times?
know my answers. I
How
know
many
my
times
answers.
can we throw him under the bus
Well,
in 2 days?
All right. So he challenged me here, kind of. I know my answers. Will you be playing with this roster in the future? Just to see if he knows his answers.
There's always a certain possibility. I don't know about the future because I don't see a future.
All right.
So
No,
that's
there you go.
No,
He's-
probably no.
Okay.
Yeah.
But and that's the thing, right? That was the conversation coming into this event. So the expectations of the team, my thought process was if everybody's on the same page and they understood that maybe this won't be our roster in the future, but we understand that and we can use that to strengthen us for one final event with the boys, right?
That was the mentality.
Okay. And all right, that's good.
It's-
That's the right mentality.
It's super chill. Like I mean, as I said, we're not friends with like almost any of them. Like me and Buster like have the close connection, but like we're not friends. We're just professionals.
Sure, but
And,
I'm sure you
like-
get along. Like you don't hate each other.
Yeah. No problems with that. But like as with like all the comebacks and like we were talking that they're like ice cold, no emotions. They don't care about the future. They're playing this tournament at this exact moment, this match, and it never affects.
Yeah.
It didn't affect a single time in this tournament, as
Okay.
I personally think.
Okay. Well, that's good, right? Because that's what you'd want, right? You'd hate it to be the case that everybody
we're
knew that
just
was
shit.
happening, and
It's not.
well, that's not the
the thing.
point. That's not the
Yeah.
point here. I'd love to take questions, but guys, I gotta speed up some shit here. So like we'll save some of them. If you got a good question, save it for the end because we'll do a Q&A at the end right there once we've blitzed through the rest of this. All right. So, all right, let's jump into talking about Vitality.
Yeah.
Ooh, spicy.
Do they need a roster change?
Oh, that was my question.
JKS from Masuda. Who says no?
Masuda.
The Frenchman. God damn it. Of course there was going to be one. Ah, dear. Well, this is a curious one. So Vitality, obviously, with two legends, Magic and Dupree. They have Zywoo, right? The second best player last year in the world. And before that, the best player in the world. And they didn't make the playoffs. And this team's only just come together. Do we think that the old Vitality would have made it to the playoffs?
Yes.
Probably.
Yikes. Okay.
I think the language barrier, you can feel it in like Zywoo's form. And
Thank you,
how
YEKINDAR.
how
You can
he's
come on the
playing.
show whenever you would like.
And
Look,
I
I have
think
phase going on 2 months, so
I think something's up with Dupree, man. He's super
Yeah, he was
tilted all the
rough.
time. He looks tilted, and it's hard to watch. But I
mean,
don't
he's
know.
playing
I
with
don't know him
Apex,
personally.
so-
I don't want to trash
Did you
talk. I don't
watch
know
some of
what's
these rounds? Did you watch some of these rounds?
Yeah.
Dupree was a bot at some points.
Wow, striker. You want to get blocked
what was
on Twitter,
Apex
huh?
though? What was
What's
it?
that?
Not in the last game. Who did they play in the 2-2 game? Like Apex,
2-2 game?
the big game actually. I think it
Oh.
was the big game was
The big game was
They
1-2.
1-2.
Yeah,
1-2 was
they
big
beat
game.
big
2-2. They
Like
lost.
that game, Apex was just throwing rounds.
Oh.
Literally, just like I got one kill. Let's just wide swing outside nuke. It's like what angle of these 7 are you wide swinging
Yeah.
right now? Doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah, that's true.
So that was for me super frustrating to watch. Just I don't know. I think Apex needs to like work on his individual skill. Just
Not skill, but more like
no, but just look how like ropz and YEKINDAR peak angles versus how Apex peaks
Right.
angles.
Like
he
he just runs.
He just runs. He's like in
Yeah, but it's
20,
his style.
2017.
It's his style.
Yeah.
Style is not something that doesn't work.
But I mean, I'd
It's
be
just being bad.
that is.
I'm not going for that again. So yeah, and there's like a lot of he's not the main issue. That's not the main issue of the team, of course. And Zywoo hasn't been
So
Zywoo.
should they go back to being a full French team?
I don't.
Lots of yeses.
People saying yes. I say give them time.
Oh,
Look
well.
at Vitality the last
Yeah,
3
but
years.
who they take if they
First,
w- if
first
they
6
want to go
months.
French?
Amanek.
They have been shit in the first 6 months of the last 3 years. So it doesn't. This is literally path or course for
yeah.
Vitality.
Okay.
Like give them the rest of the year and let's see.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. We'll leave it at that. G2. Do we give them more time? Striker.
I don't know, man.
Well,
I
you're
really
here
don't
to
know.
know. We
Here
have
we
a.
Yeah, that is true. But I need like a lighter and a trash can.
Wow. You're shooting shots today.
I mean,
They actually did talk about it ahead of time.
but it wasn't about the last game. It was, I think, who are
was
they
before
playing
that.
against? They were playing against someone they shouldn't have lost, and they managed to avoid that.
Can you show me?
It's just it's not a single player.
Are you looking
so
at your
okay.
future jersey?
What do you think?
You look good.
Okay. All right. This is fun.
Can we give this away? Yeah, we can give this away. Okay.
That was like a reluctant nod, or was he processing the question?
Yeah, I don't know. It's being given away.
Is this coming from Carlos's pocket or yours? Is the question. Wait, what was that?
One more time.
That's true.
Well,
That's true.
All right. Fair enough. At least it's not apparel. Fair enough. Well, we can give this away. How are we going to give this away?
I don't know. We'll
Does anybody even want a G2 jersey?
Okay. Hello.
Okay. Maybe just throw it out. Throw it out.
Wait, you're going to make them fight?
Just throw it out.
Where?
We already had that joke.
I thought I was searching for a trash can. You know? Okay, which side?
That hurt.
All right, fair enough. There we go. G2 jersey given away.
Way.
Look at all the giveaways we're having this evening. People are loving it.
First and last time ever you'll see a free G2 jersey being given away.
Yeah, okay.
Where's the guy on Twitter? Clip it, send it to him.
Do we? So with G2, right? There's obviously a conversation about this team and T sides of roster changes quite seriously. But they have a lot of pieces. They have a lot of. They have a very supportive.
Just like being serious, like their pieces are so much better than what they are together.
Yes,
that's why it's frustrating, right? It's the same with like his Imperial thing. You see these players, it should be a better team.
Yes,
and that's why you're frustrated when you watch them. It's not like when you watch someone that's like a average team, like Outsiders, for example. It's like they're number 8 in the world, is fine,
bro. You can't hurt me, you know. Doesn't matter.
But for
what
G2,
you
you want them. They need to be in the playoffs. They need to be in the playoffs, right?
So then what is G2? You just said Vitality need more time. Do G2 need the same?
I'm not against the idea completely, even though I feel like it's not what the team feels.
Okay, then what does the team feel?
I feel like people are frustrated with how they've been playing. And it's like you have someone like NiKo, and that's the big NiKo dilemma. And this is not something that I can talk to in like 2 minutes and make a resounding point. But you look at him, he's a great player, great results in terms of getting close, but never like quite there, right? And how do you use this player that no one actually figured out how to use, like properly to win tournaments?
Okay.
Aside from the short
saying.
phase era, no one won tournaments with NiKo. And then even when you're trying to do things, and I feel like NiKo is like he believes in the system. I feel like he's like fully into what the team is doing, but it's not providing results. So is that good?
Believes
like
in the system in like what way?
But I feel like he's not really doing the NiKo things as much as he did like with Next. Like when he could just go and find picks where he wanted.
I think calling is a bit different than what NiKo wanted. Is my personal feeling. But
Yeah. So you could even argue like, what would this team be with Nexa? Would it be better? Like I feel like it would, because you just upgraded Monacy, like Amanek to Monacy. And the team just everything else staying the same. I'm not saying they could be number one,
but
they'd
there's a new coach as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if that is even a conversation point though, right? I don't know if Xtaz how much he's contributing to all of this. I don't know when
who was before Malik?
Malik, but he after the last major, I think that was it for him, right?
Yeah.
He was going
Even
after
during.
Stockholm. So that was that. So I don't know. Like it's a curious one, and I think that
disagree with my thoughts. Give me one big takeaway or
striker. I think that with it. Maybe the question for NiKo is maybe if I try and play in a team and they put me where they want me in as part of the system, that we can win as a team. But if you're so good and it's not working, then maybe you do default back to the mouseport stays, right? Like I don't know. But if we're willing to give Vitality more time, then why aren't we willing to give G2 more time?
I mean, I would, but it doesn't mean the team will.
Yeah, true. Well, I don't know how quick decisions are going to come, right? After this, it's like Dallas. Then there's like a couple of smaller lands, right? Then there's some blast stuff. Then there's Cologne. Then there's a player break. So I don't know.
I think what this comes down to is if they see it as a difference of philosophies or just not having enough time, maybe not really polishing their map pool, because map pool has been a big question mark for this team for a long time now. Well, basically since their inception, right? And I actually thought it was kind of weird that they stopped believing in their Mirage whatsoever, because it used to be a map that they picked all the time. They weren't particularly successful on it. They were kind of like 50-50, sometimes even worse.
Bro, when they picked over Vertigo against us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up with your map pool if you pick Vertigo? They literally gave us a chance if we didn't fuck up on this too.
I was kind of confused by that as well.
Yeah, it was a bad pick.
So their identity right now is still to be defined, right? Yeah. And I think here we're all talking about the parts and how powerful they are. So I guess the same thing, right? Give them time, and then if it continues to be the same problems, then they have to make a change. There's no doubt about it, right? Because things right now they're not doing as well as they did with the old roster. The same thing with Vitality.
Yeah, but props to Hunter though. Super good.
Hunter's, and Hunter doesn't get the shine that he probably deserves because he's in a team with NiKo, right? That's just kind of and
also the way he plays isn't. He's never gonna be like a.
It's not the most exciting.
He's not flashy. He's stable. Consistent.
Yeah.
He just puts up the numbers, and he's not someone that you're gonna super excited about, especially as like an average viewer, right?
But he is like one of the best mid-rounders we have at the moment. Maybe
but it's not exciting to get one kill.
Yeah.
It's just not exciting. Just like mid-round in mid.
We try and make it exciting, Prof. Come on now.
If anything, like he just works really well when the team gets some space. And, you know, then he can work with it, and he's gonna get that one pick that just like makes him rotate to a different side. You know, that kind of stuff. Like he's really good.
All right, let's do this. We've covered off on all the teams eliminated, right?
Oh, let's go.
Yeah. So the thing is, we don't want to keep cadiaN here all night because I want him to be in his sleeping schedule and all that kind of stuff. So let's do this. You happy to swap out for cadiaN now? We'll bring you back when we do the bracket.
Sir.
Bring cadiaN on. Changing the run of show live, Lucas. Let's go into the interview with cadiaN now. So we've done all the teams eliminated. Now we have to do the bracket. So if you guys want to get up and leave and you have to go to bed or you get work tomorrow, whatever, I understand, right? Don't worry, you're not going to offend us right here. We waffle on. That's what happens. But I really appreciate everybody hanging, and I hope that you're enjoying yourself. I hope that everybody here is having a good time.
Nice. Okay. You want a water?
All right.
You want one? Yeah, there's one over there if you want.
There we go. So we're hooking cadiaN up with good beverages, and I think that the crew at the front here will be happy with that. We got Mr. Troll's Rubble, and I'm not even. I'm sorry. Wait, can you give me your name? Casper.
That's just a quick question. Obviously, there is like the family feud going on between Heroic and Vitality.
It's not really a feud anymore, is it?
I mean, it was during that one game. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
How does it feel to beat your old man? Where's the microphone?
Here.
There we go.
Alex. I mean, obviously, it would have been better in the arena.
Whoa, okay. Yeah, all right.
I would have won it in the arena, but if it's him or me, it's gotta be me. It's gotta be Heroic. It's gotta be these boys. So
okay.
I'm happy with the result.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, all right. Fun stuff.
It's that simple.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's maybe a little rivalry that we can keep tabs on in the future here as well. But we got cadiaN joining us, and there's a lot of questions we can ask you to begin with, right? So I'm trying to think which is going to be my favorite one to start with here.
NiKo.
But look, that's one of them. But Heroic winning the major.
I mean,
what a first question, man! Holy shit!
I think it's a tough bracket.
Yeah,
but also, I think it's fine. Like
you beat them last time.
We beat them last time, but also like you can't play to avoid like the best. Like if you want to be the best, gotta destroy them.
Slay the dragon.
Yes, like that's how it is. So I mean, mentally, I think it's fine. Also. I mean, the thing is that they are the most or the next most experienced LAN team.
Talking about Navi right now?
Yeah, talking about Navi, yeah. But also, it's like it's gonna remove some pressure. Maybe if you played like Spirit or like a national matchup with like Flames, you would like feel, oh, we have to win or whatever. Like, I mean, we still feel like we have to, but you're also not given a better chance at beating them than now. But I mean, they are still huge favorites. They must not lose.
Okay, so the pressure's on them.
Yes.
All right. So
setting up the mind games already, man.
Well,
I love it.
This is the next thing, right? So, Casper, as everybody in this room probably knows, right? You have a bit of beef with people from time to time. Now, whether that's beef you've started or whether that's beef that you're trying to finish, there's still a lot of beef. You seem to be one of the most polarized figures in that regard in Counter-Strike at the moment. We did an interview at the start of the year, doing some content for ESL.
Yeah.
And I asked you back then, I said, do you want to play the heel? Do you want to lean into that? And you said you didn't back then. Feels like you kind of do a little bit now. Have you changed your tune on that?
I mean, I just think, to be honest, like there's many things that can be said about stuff like that. But I think like the general opinion from the public is like wrong in the sense that like because someone has won like more trophies or has better rating in a video game, it doesn't allow them to just do whatever they want. Like I can't go and punch you in the face because you never won a game on LAN and I did. Like that's not how it works, you know. So like, my philosophy is, don't take shit from anyone. Like, doesn't matter if
that's quite clear.
The third best player or whoever it is. Like, so I mean, for me, I think the retweet was like really inappropriate. It's something that happened more than 2 years ago, and again, the retweet is like claiming something that I'm cleared against from ESIC, right?
Sure.
And like, why did the original guy even tweet it? He tweeted it when I aced on LAN. Like, what does that have to do with anything? Like, so I just feel like
at cameras, man.
I just feel like it was so much out of place to do that retweet. Was my energy potentially too much after the game? Yes, but like that's also how I pump myself up, you know. Like I want to beat people who Like I want to beat everyone, but people who do stuff like that, that's also the reason why we won so many times against Astralis, because I'm going fucking mad, you know. I'm fucking, when I'm about to sleep, when I wake up, everything is just, my mind is just, I want to beat them. And I mean, people interpret many things, like, and the talent list, like I said, keep retweeting more shit, you're talentless, NiKo, or whatever, you know. The talentless part is not that he's talentless in the game, because obviously he's not. He's an insane player, one of the best who's ever played the game. It's just like a talentless mentality to even use energy and stuff like that. Like that's like, I couldn't. Why would you even use your energy at a major and like stuff like that? Like you should be too good for that if you think that you're like the third best player in the world.
Yeah, you get it done in the server.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, I think that's an interesting point, and one of the things here, and obviously there's people who get like, some people don't like it, some people don't like the drama, don't like the shit talk.
Yeah.
But like, I come from lands when you would sit across from your opponent and you would yell straight at them, right? And once the game's over, you shake hands.
Yeah.
Right. And I think
Did you shake hands?
We gave fist bumps.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
COVID's safe. Yeah. All right. Yeah. But the thing with this is like what this provides. And you get this in traditional sports a lot, right? In rivals, especially things like fighting, like UFC, where it is like one-on-one and there's those relationships. You get these types, you get these individuals who are going to shit talk, like Conor McGregor, for example, right? And they make that their identity, and it makes it more entertaining for all of us, right? Because we get to sink our teeth into these situations where we care about the personalities who are fighting in the server, not just the counter strike that's going down in the server. So like, is there any thought process when you're doing this stuff that it plays in a little bit, or is this just you like insulating yourself and the team from the bullshit and responding to what's coming your way?
I mean, I think like everyone knows with themselves in any given aspect that like respect is like, it has to be a mutual thing, right? Like if you're not given respect by someone, you're also not gonna give them the respect back, right? So that's how it goes. And I think maybe some players in the scene also have a hard time to like accept that I'm like very vocal and my personality, but also that I've like they've been better than me for so many years, and all of a sudden I'm taking like a rise, and I'm like all of a sudden beating them, and they were not expecting that like 2 years ago or whatever. So I think like that's hurting some people's egos, to be honest. Am I doing it like on purpose? I mean, for me also, like I've said this to other people as well. Like I'm not playing to be friends with my opponents.
Sure.
Like, will I be friends with some of them if we connect on certain subjects and stuff like this? Or yeah, sure. Like I'm not going in to be like enemies with everyone, but also like I don't have the same need to like try and befriend everyone and like secure my back if this team doesn't go right. Like I want to make sure that I have the best chance to win right now, and I mean I've never had a better team to do so with than this one.
Oh, here we go. There we go. We got a bit of a beer delivery. But I think one of the questions here is, while the beer gets delivered, is about, like, NiKo, for example.
Yeah.
Once he does a retweet like that, once you know that that's a possibility, right, that you can get under his skin.
Yeah.
Because you're already under his skin. He's shown
it's
you
gone.
that you exist under his skin, right?
Yeah.
Do you then, in situations like that, do you shit talk more because you know that it will get to him?
Yes, I mean, I think like the retweet that he did started a mental warfare, right?
Sure.
And like, I'm not gonna say I'm like the master or the king of mental warfare, but I definitely think I'm one of the players who gain more in situations like that. You know, like we've seen that at many LAN games. So, I mean, I'm not like, not that I get like individually way better, but that if they start feeling the pressure, I'll yell the things that annoy them. You know,
they'll get worse eventually. Yeah.
It's also like some people like you see it with Imperial, you know, like if you get somebody pissed off, like they're gonna get more determined, and I feel like that you're also in that category. You know, it's just like like you don't want to piss off emotional people and like passionate people, you know, because they're just gonna use it for energy.
It's fuel to the fire, you know.
It's like in the Last Dance with Michael Jordan, right? He would invent that type of stuff.
I mean, but I literally used like the Michael Jordan references from the like. I'm also like, if anyone says anything like publicly, which is like negative about our team, and we have to play them, I'll bring it up. Like for example, also Sjokz said to 1PV or whatever the French media is called, like, and again this is from HLTV forums as well. So this is not bulletproof, right? But like he said that he would rather play us than Copenhagen Flames.
Yeah, because. I don't know.
It
was just a Sjokz interview. So
yes,
that's
like because he feels like it's an easier time or whatever, and like then I tell my boys this, like in the hotline and stuff, like, yo, listen, this guy is telling everyone, the entire world, that he would rather play Copenhagen Flames than us. Like, what is this madness? We literally destroyed him in 3 finals. We did like stuff like this, and it's gonna like give some fire and energy, and I mean, Stavn is also a guy that feeds strongly off that, like people miscrediting.
Is Stavn the best player in Denmark?
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
thanks.
I like my boy Pimp at times. at times, but like he's made like within the last 6 months, he's made like 3 different Danish superstar teams. If he could pick everyone, and he's not including Stavn, and I'm like, you're not watching CS then, like, sorry to say, but no, but like, how are you not including Stavn? Like, how are you not including
doesn't
Stavn?
fit in.
Like,
I mean, that's fair. But that's also the thing. Like, he is just like the player that does. He shines from unorthodox positions almost. So that's why it's kind of weird to even think of him as a superstar player in some
like
way.
CT or
yeah.
I mean, he was always
not in
like
all maps, but like Vertigo playing B, right? That's not where you play.
He has like the mid B role. I mean, you're right in some maps, but also like.
I'm not saying he's not that, but I can see how it gets to that point where you just kind of overlook him in some regard.
Mean, back when we had the other NiKo, not the
Danish
the Danish NiKo, yeah, like he was playing all the like best CT positions. So that would be like nuke outside, it would be connector mirage, it would be A overpass, like these kind of things. And when we made the change, I put Stavn in like as many of them as possible. So like he got out, he was in door before, which is also a strong position.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, there's some maps where he could play different roles, but yeah.
You talked a lot about like getting fired up and stuff. Can I ask you a spicy question?
Oh yes.
So what happened at the EPL breakfast between you and Glaive?
I mean,
what the hell?
For some people's understanding, it's not as bad as they think, and for others, it's way worse.
That is the worst. What the fuck does that even mean, man?
I mean, what can I say? There's obviously like rivalry at times, and things can get heated, and I think it's kind of the same story as with NiKo, where like again like HLTV forums.
Everything goes back to the
like Glaive 4 majors, cadiaN 0, and then like he can say all he wants or whatever. Like that's just not how it works, And I mean, I just think for me it's like an ongoing thing with like Astralis and the organization that I dislike many of the things that they stand for. So like I have a beef with them, not just specifically Glaive. But like what happened at the breakfast stays at the breakfast. You know that code, right?
We have a couple of questions, I think. Maybe we can do that.
We have to be careful with these though, because unvetted questions that cadiaN's going to have to answer live.
He doesn't have to answer them though.
Okay, are you happy to field questions?
There's a no comment option,
I mean, I literally joined you guys in HLTV Confirmed full no prep randomly at the Essex case, right?
Yeah, true. Moses loved that.
Yep.
You had your hand up first.
So cadiaN, with all the shit talk going around, I know like online and on HLTV forums, it's a totally different atmosphere.
Yeah.
But how long do you take it with you, and how do you squash it? Do you squash that sometimes? Do you hop in each other's DMs, like say, hey, I went over the line, I'm sorry about that. Do you squash it, or do you take it personally and just keep it as fuel for the fire for
like
your next
against
matchup?
my competitors, you think? You mean?
Yeah.
I mean, yes, at times, yes. Like I'll reach out, and sometimes they reach out as well. I also think that like people maybe notice some of the players that I have a beef with, but they don't notice all the players that I'm getting like along with very well, that I'm like playing table tennis with or having drinks with at the after parties and stuff like this, So people always like look for the drama. They're so hungry for the drama, But yeah, I'll reach out, and I can also be like, yeah, maybe what I did was too much, and the same goes for the other person. Yeah, what is the right answer even? Like, yeah, at times, if I feel like I did something which was out of place or over the line, I will myself reach out. But also some of it is also just a competitiveness, and people know this. Yeah.
I mean, I understand how you can squash it, but how long does it take? Like, do you have like unresolved beef that goes way back, like 2 months, 2 years even, that you just even find the place to work it out, or?
Yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily a good thing to like hold a grudge. I mean, also if you looked at the Dota International documentary where like No Tail has to fist bump Fly, I think his name is, and then Seb comes and like tells him afterwards like snap out of it, like congrats you won, but like get out of it. I think that's a good thing as well, because also like grudge is not something that makes you like it's not a good look for anyone to like hold a grudge for too much, but like use it the right way, it can be super powerful. You know, like if it's that energy that drives you to practice harder, be more efficient, do the right things to be a better player, then like I'm all in for it, and I'll use that myself. But I'm also thinking at times myself like, okay, now try and calm down, let it be. But there's also just, like I said earlier, there's some things that you just shouldn't allow, and that doesn't matter if it's in CS, if it's a love relationship, whatever it is, you know, stand by your philosophies.
All right, appreciate the answer. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, next question. We're going to go to Mr. Renegade shirt, and then we'll come back to Mr. Bad News Eagles. Everyone's got names around here.
Hi, I'm going to speak probably for Twitch chat as well, you know, HLTV.
Let's go.
HLTV ban, check DW and all that, but do you find that the kind of community discussion, maybe hate, so to speak, kind of fires you up, or do you find that, you know, some of it might get to you? What, you know, how does that make you feel? In that
I think, like, without insulting too many of the Twitch and HLTV forum users, that it's really not affecting me enough. Like, if they think that's how to use their power, like they can keep doing it. But I've been in the game for long. I've been in bad situations, scandals, lost to fucking Giuliano, and I'm still alive, you know. Like, so like people can like use all the energy on that they want, but it's really not affecting me much. Like I would say, I'm getting lifted way more by the positive energy that comes my way than the negativity. And to be honest, also like the HLTV forums and stuff like this, I mean, man, people are creating 10 new accounts a day and tweeting shit, or like posting shit. And also like if you notice it in like specific groups, it can also be like the Danish Facebook group for Counter-Strike or whatever. Like it's a lot of the same people who are like just living off that and thinking it's hilarious. So I mean, the question is good, and it's not like I'm not enjoying the people who dislike me. That's not how it is. But also I'm not in a place where I've come to my conclusion that you can't satisfy everyone, and that's just how it is. Do I think that sometimes the majority of people who like dislike me or don't want to support me is too much compared to what I think the situation looks like? For sure. But I mean, only time, nice moves, results is gonna like change the philosophy of those people. But it's not something I like live and die for.
Good question.
Right. Nice.
Love from Brazil.
And just a final point on that. Do you have a favorite kind of thing that you know someone might have directed hate to you or copy past or something?
This is literally what I wanted to ask, honestly. It's an amazing question.
Kind of funny.
Like one that I like, or
yeah. One, you know.
No, that those.
I mean, NA near airport, all that.
Yeah, no. I mean, not really. I think memes can be fun as well. You know,
Yeah.
of course. I'm not some. I mean, I'm a gamer as well. You know, so like, I think memes is fun as well. Obviously, more so if it's a positive meme, or if it's a negative one, it's more fun against like if it's other players. But I mean, I don't have a favorite one. But I mean, I will also say that even though I'm not at 100 lovers and 0% haters or whatever, like maybe it's 50-50, but. I don't know. I think like some things is also like some players have like some double morale, and like that can affect like community opinions. Like I don't want to dive too much into stuff like this, but also look at the amount of players who's had like a coach using the bug. And I know that the drama is like completely different because of all the things that happened with HUNDEN and how he approached it and stuff. But like all I'm saying is, and I'm not saying that any of the players knew because I don't know it, but like Simple had Starix use it, NiKo and Kerrigan and so on, they had Robin use it and stuff like this. And I mean, nobody's talking about that at all. And I think like a lot of the community hate comes from that situation, you know. And then people are feeding off that I'm like an energetic person, and like if they have like something against you before that, that's just gonna fuel it, you know.
Well, what about this, Katie? And I'll give the mic to Mr. B and E in a sec, but the name that the forums have for you right now is they've called you comedian.
Yeah.
You know, you seen that one? What do you think of that one?
There's also another one. There's another one. I find that a lot more funny, though.
Yeah, I mean, comedian, being a funny person, that's not bad, you know. That's not bad.
Did you watch Watchmen or the read it? It's kind of a different character. That's
okay,
what
it's
I'm
bad
saying.
then.
Yeah.
Oof.
I don't think it's. I don't think it's based on
more.
that. I think the Cocadian one. That's kind of funny.
You love that one?
Yeah, that's super funny.
I mean, there's also just a lot of gifs, like if you search,
Yeah.
and I can see that sometimes I might look a little bit.
I like CS is a hell of a drug, right?
Yes, it is. It is.
So, cadiaN, I would like to know: do you think if you got that ban for heroic, for all that coaching stuff, that change would the view of the people would change for your team? Because I personally kinda don't like you. It just got over time. It's nothing personal. I just the thing the whole we talked a lot about it in our friendship, like in our close friend circle. And I think if he just got a ban, I would be like, okay, he's done his time. It's fine, because I like Storm. I like what he brings to the Danish scene, the new fresh blood, and it just feels weird because you're in that in between, right? It's between getting attacked constantly and then I understand what NiKo is doing is a bit too much, but I feel it's if you just served some time, or got a bit of punishment, like a slap on the fingers, I think we would see your Danish team different than it is now, and I think you would probably be more favored than Astralis is, because they're kind of whack. And Flame F has to do everything, right? So it's. What is your personal opinion? Do you think would that change anything for your team?
I mean, it's a super good question, but like, it's also something that like it's you have to dive into deep things to like kind of explain these things. Like, for me again, like why would I serve time for like something like again I didn't know that he was using it. Did I find out after the first game that he had used it in that game? Yes. Should I have reported it again? Yes. So like my path is not like how do you say it, like ideal, but I think it's also like super difficult to comprehend the situation, right? Like also for the other guys, like you bring in a coach who's been in the game for plus 10 years and is one of the household names of Danish Counter-Strike, and why would you believe that he would do such things, you know? And I mean, sometimes I could be like, if we just had like some kind of punishment, maybe the community looks would be different, but also punishing people for things that, again, like I knew when ESIC would come out with the conclusion that we didn't know we weren't involved in this, that even then, like a lot of people would still have their thoughts. Like, let's say, again, someone was accused for, let's make an example that's not like, for robbery, let's say, or what do I know, a sexual assault or whatever. Like,
why are you going there, man? Don't go there.
I mean, like, the thing is, even though you get cleared from this, like, a lot of people will still be like, oh, he probably did it, this dirty pig and stuff like this, but you know?
Is it not? I think if you just got a small punishment, even it's more like a sign, right? That we would be like, okay, he got punished. Even if you didn't do it, or if you did, it doesn't matter. It's more like it doesn't feel fair for a lot of players, right?
What he's trying to say is like it's never going away because it never feels like it's a finished thing, right?
Yes. I mean,
even though it kind of is. So whatever. Let's move on. Thank you for the question.
Okay.
Let's go. Take the microphone. Let's talk about, I don't know.
See, that's what I was afraid of there, because no matter how much time we had, no
you know,
matter
there's also
how
a big issue that we're doing. We're doing like the one-on-one interviewing thing that you shouldn't do, is like giving away the microphone. Like that's it's like, you know, you should hold the microphone and then move it away and just disappear. Yeah, it is, definitely.
I think it's not close.
Yeah, well, now we're good.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
there we
but
go.
I'm still learning. I should have maybe got Sjokz to do that one right there, or Alex, but it looks like he's gone. All right, so we should probably try and have some more positive style questions around right now.
I mean,
is there a tournament going
we
on?
gave the HLTV from the Twitch chat their chance to do the questions.
Yeah. We got a couple in there. Okay, so look, obviously we asked the question before. I asked the bold one of, are you going to win the major? But so far, what level have we seen out of Heroic at the major? Where would you say we're at right now? Like Tessa started real hot, mate. He was looking fucking sick.
He started hot. Like maybe 85%.
Okay.
There's like still 15% to go from. And I mean, I think one of the key components,
the 15 missing?
Decision making for sure, and like communication. Like that's it. You know, I've seen us lose some rounds where, like, the thing is, the issue beforehand was that when the pressure got to us, sometimes people would communicate less or not make plans.
Yep.
And now I've really been like saying, listen, let's just rather make a shit plan and follow it, and then we can learn from that, than not making the plans. Like,
sure,
I can't make every plan in like X and X's and stuff like this. So like, we've made some interesting ones for sure, some interesting decisions, but we also talked about them, and I think this is a good learning experience for the young guys. And we're on the right path. but we're also not at our peak. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, like we spoke about, you have a very tough opponent to play against, a Na'Vi here, who are still in strong form. Bits playing fantastically well. So as far as that draw goes, it's hard to get past that initial point. It's like, well, it's Na'Vi, right? So but did beating them last time round, right, at the RMR, has that unlocked something now within the team? Like, is there a change in the air, or is it still fuck? It's Na'Vi.
I mean, I even said it before we drew Spirit as well. Like, you're looking at the calculator, who can you draw and stuff like this. I remember it back from the Rogue days as well at the 2018 Face It Major. Like, some of my NA teammates just celebrating that we drew Spirit in a 1-1 game or something. And just, you can't, like, wish for a specific opponent or fear one. I know it's a political answer and it's a cliche answer, but, like, it was the same. I told my guys now, like, listen, Spirit is literally one of the toughest draws that you're gonna get, and I mean, maybe not in terms of like firepower or experience and stuff like this, but like, first and foremost, the only opponent or the most difficult opponent is the one you draw. That's just how it is. And the second part is like these CIS teams sometimes they live in their own world in terms of like no, but like in terms of like meta and how they want to do things, and they don't care too much about it always, and that can be frustrating to play against. Like,
and they come out of nowhere, not playing anything for 2 months, and just like, oh, this is how we play now. I don't know. Like, this guy's playing this position. He used to be a B anchor, now he's like a rotator. So fuck you.
So like tough draw with the Na'Vi, sure, but I mean, again, it's also just a good chance. I think it's a good chance of beating them, and I mean,
it's definitely better to play them in the quarters than in the grand final. That's what I'm saying.
Pressure-wise, for sure. Yeah.
Okay, and you get the Friday night game. You get the premium slot on the first 2 days.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna be fired up, and like, if you think that maybe showed some kind of weakness signs at the RMR, I mean, they just eliminated all that at this one, right? So,
do you think they're close to the era Na'Vi, the way they're playing at this event?
I mean, I think that they're not as good right now as they were a few months back. But also, I think, like, for me, it's a big shame with all the things going on around the world, obviously for many reasons, right? But to not see this lineup just like potentially complete a long distance run, I think it's unfair, because it could be, some might argue that it's like one of the best lineups that has ever been.
That's the feeling that I got watching that at this event, like, especially the major, not the RMR.
Yeah.
It's like, I just got reminded of how well they played before all of this bullshit happened. And it's like, this is actually super sad, because they showed these glimpses, but it's not the same level. Maybe they can recover it. I don't think long term they can, but maybe they can recover it for this one event.
The thing that will happen now is that they didn't practice the way they usually do, like the amount, and maybe they didn't even do it at all. And now they're gonna reach like a playoff stage where they're like, okay, boys, like, we're so close to doing it again, and I think that kind of mentality
everything
can also
comes
be
together.
No, I think it can be hurting more than it's good. Like, if they just don't care and they know that they're doing their things and yada yada, okay, you see they're beating teams, but now they're also so close to a finish line, to something that they all still want, and they are not going to reach the same level as when they practice. That's just a fact.
Yeah. Okay.
So I guess here the other one is, right, we had this discussion before with YEKINDAR. You guys were talking about Cloud9 and onliners and whatnot, and you guys. So even with the great performance you had in that semi-final,
what did you just say?
Online? No. Look, I'm alluding to things right now. This is the opportunity right now, cadiaN, for you to have a bit of a chat about that from your team's perspective. Because, for example, the player that you want online in a pressure situation is probably Refresh, right? Do you think that he's going to be able to deliver in the capacity that we're looking for in these type of events?
I mean, I think he still has more to give.
Yep.
But he's also shown, like, at many LAN games that he can do it. There's some inconsistencies with him.
Right, that's the role he plays, though, right? Like, you're not always going to find that success.
I mean,
well, you should more. You think he should be more consistent in that role?
Yes, but I mean, I also think myself should be, and Tessa should be as well. Like, the only one who's like, I mean, Stavn is super consistent. Sjokz is probably also like really close to being it. You know, he doesn't hit the same peak as Stavn does, but
the level is there.
The level is there. You know, where me, Tessa, and Refresh is more like a roller coaster sometimes. You know. Do I think he should be more? I mean, I hope he can be, but also I'm loving his peaks as well, you know, when he's having the game, the impact that he's having and stuff like this. So, but I mean, he has a good role. Like, on CT, he's playing like Catwalk on Mirage. He's playing Door on Nuke. You know, he's playing these good roles. And lurking T-side, there's opportunities always. You see that with ropz and other good lurkers as well.
Okay. All right. Well, let's do this now because I have already waffled on. We're 2 hours and 42 minutes into the show. So, cadiaN, what I want you to do is to everybody here, to all the fans at home, right? This is the major campaign for Heroic right now. Do you have a message? Do you have anything that you want people to hear before you go to battle on Friday?
Is this a camera or what?
You could go any camera. Lucas can work it out,
Go
mate. You want to go
this one?
This one here?
Yeah. I mean, I know that we have a lot of people supporting us. I know we have people who's also against us in the team, but to all of you, thank you for watching the Counter-Strike games. Thank you for bringing the tension, the drama. I'm hoping that we can win even more of you to our side. I know that my young teammates are loving all the support that they're receiving, and the hate you can direct more towards me. That's fine. I can handle that. But yeah, I definitely think like the last 2 years we've experienced, just like when we're in a setting like this, that even though there can be like a evil Twitter post or memes and stuff like this, when you meet people face to face, it's always a different reality and always a good time. So yeah, thank you to all the enthusiastic Counter-Strike fans out there. And yeah, we'll make sure to give you guys a good show for the money on Friday.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you, cadiaN, for joining us here to answer some of the questions and to talk about the major so far. We'll bring YEKINDAR back. We'll let cadiaN go because I'm sure it's probably bedtime soon. Thank you very much. And yeah, I guess, I know that it's getting late, everybody, but do we want to talk about the championship bracket now? Okay. All right. We're going to get into some fun stuff here now.
Yeah. I think we started a striker, though.
We got to draw cards. I did this intentionally here.
Oh, okay.
So my girlfriend at home decked out my office with a bunch of fun stuff, and for some reason I decided to take the deck of cards with me, so I may as well use it. So what I want to do is, the three of us here, I've made the new HLTV...
Pick him thing.
You don't count me?
You're the expert. We're the clowns.
So you do cards.
Yeah,
you do cards, but
so
I don't.
You don't need to. You're going to listen, and you're going to tell us where we're wrong. All right?
Okay.
All right? All right. I want you guys to draw a card each. The lowest card goes first.
It's not even... It's rigged.
Well, I can shuffle it if you want.
Yeah, you
I'm
should
not very
shuffle
good
it,
at shuffling, but fuck no.
What is that?
Mate, what do you think?
Bro, they don't have cards in Australia or what?
I'm playing Counter-Strike badly, not playing fucking cards. I'll give you the hot tip.
Okay. Let's do it. This is
I can't pause it, please stop.
All right, fucking card experts.
How does this work?
So
whoever has the
lowest card will go first, okay?
Okay, yeah.
Ace is highest.
There we go. I'll show it to the camera over there.
Jack, I got a 4.
I think we have a problem.
Draw another one.
No, that makes sense. Joker has to be the worst in the deck, so Striker's going first.
How is that the worst?
I'm making up the rules as I go. Striker's going first. I'm the host, motherfuckers. So, all right, so what we've done is, right now on HLTV, if you haven't seen, on the event page, if you're logged into your account, I don't know if you have to be logged in, but let's go with that. You can actually see the bracket, and you can click like a pick'ems button, and you can do it there, and that's how HLTV are going to collect all your data and know everything about you.
I'll also ask Lucas to send me the thing that I sent to him, just so I can...
So you remember it?
Yeah.
Luke, Striker's going first. Do you remember your bracket? We're going to put it up on the TV.
If we can put it up, that would be easiest.
Lucas, can we put up Striker's bracket on the TV?
Could it be also good to just show the first set of matches?
No, do it all here. No, this is it, right? So right now, the concept with this, guys, is... This isn't meant to be like necessarily Striker's going to do the most vanilla, so it will be what he thinks is going to happen. But the concept here is to sell you the playoffs, right? We're selling you a fight right now. So he's going to be selling you the playoff bracket in probably a vanilla way. So here it is. Here's Striker's bracket of what he thinks or what he wants to get you excited about here for the Antwerp Major. Striker, I'm going to put 1 minute 30 on the clock, and that's how long you have to sell this bracket. Hold on a second. Clock. Should have really worked this one out beforehand. Yeah. Clock. Timer. Well, we want stopwatch. Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right. FaZe, obviously the international team. I have a bet against you. If they win the major, basically, bet's probably over.
So it's just for the bet.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So FaZe are going to win the major, obviously. Like that, they've been the biggest favorite to come into it. You said it was vanilla. Obviously, I'm going to go with the vanilla option. I'm going to go with the percentage play.
Is that your favorite ice cream as well?
What?
Is that's your favorite ice cream?
What's the favorite?
You're wasting time arguing the ice cream. Sell us the bracket.
All right. So I'm gonna start from the top. FaZe against NiP. I think that's pretty obvious there. I don't think NIP will have much of a chance. Fury against Spirit, I think actually was kind of like the closest one for me to call, because Spirit are just really hard to pick against. But at the same time, first major playoffs is just going to be hard for them to show up to the same level they have so far. ENCE, I think have
45 seconds.
All right, ENCE have actually shown up in a way that we weren't sure if they were going to be, because of a lot of prep work going into them, and they've been delivering on that. So they beat FaZe on the way. They obviously are peaking still, going into this major. So I think they're always going to be favorites going into the Copenhagen Flames game. Navi Heroic, I think that was actually, I have to say that was the hardest game, not the Spirit Furia, because of the
How many?
EPL.
15 seconds?
20 seconds.
All right, 20 seconds. And Navi, I think, are still going to be favorites. They have been peaking. I think they've shown a better level than Heroic so far at the major.
This is so what you've done here is you've given us the most standard predictions that everybody would give.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is Striker by the book here, everybody. So that's
Okay.
Striker's bracket of what he thinks going to happen.
Yeah, so we're going to be voting. They're going to be
voting,
Yeah.
and Yekindar's going to give something away again.
Yeah.
Don't know why. We just will. We're giving shit away. We got to get rid of it. We don't take it home. All right.
That is
I
the
guess
plan.
it's me next.
You next.
Okay. My bracket is dubbed
I want to see this.
sleeping in pajamas as
There we
opposed
go.
to
We're having the same
sleeping
thing.
on pajamas. Have we actually doing the same thing? Maybe we are. Let's have a little bit of a look right here. We're going to bring the bracket up. He's trying to work out which is which. We kind of
probably the
made...
same, though.
Look, I don't know if it is. I don't think I even... I think... Oh. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so NIP. Everybody's been sleeping on the Ninjas time and time again, but this team, we talk about at every single event that their floor is massive, right? That they're always performing at this level, and now they've come in. They got DJO and Threat on site alongside the doctor of motherfucking Hampus. I'm not timing myself, someone count in your head. And they are looking the most strategic I think I've seen NIP look in a very long time. The flashes are great, the smokes are great, everything's on point, and the boys are looking fucking sharp. And FaZe right here, they are going to crumble under the pressure that the Swedes are going to throw their way. Right? Here we go. Furia, they're going to come on through. They're going to play some great Counter-Strike. I fucking love me some K-Star. I love me some Yuri. This duo right here, I'm not going to get upset by Spirit again. That was a one-off. Spirit are here. They made a name for himself. We love some Dexter, but Furia are going to fuck them up. Ents versus Copenhagen Flames. I'm with you, but this is two debutantes on the stage, and I think the Ents, they have been playing this level of Counter-Strike this year at a higher capacity. And I think that even though they lost in Ancient, they're going to pull this one off, and Snappy and the boys are going to go through and verse. I apologize to my heroic boys in the front right here, but it's Na'Vi and cadiaN. He didn't sell me. He had his chance. We had him on the interview. We're going to go on through all the way to have an NIP versus Na'Vi final, which is a rematch they already played in the event, and it's going to be 16-14 or overtime every single game, and Na'Vi are going to win in the end. That's my bracket.
There you go.
Do you actually believe it
Thanks.
yourself?
No.
It's nice, but...
I tried to do something a little bit more interesting.
It's like, nice, but you just
like
left.
your opinion,
you just left it at the pinnacle of everything. You just you built it all up, and just flopped at the end.
All right. So should I have said NIP were going to win?
So the story is, let's bring it up. Let's fucking go.
All right.
But this is perfect because I don't need to waste all this time on all the bullshit, the quarterfinals, the semifinals.
He picked all the underdogs.
That's the thing. Like, Ents playing against Copenhagen Flames, you think Copenhagen Flames are going to lose this game. They're not. They're underdogs. They have nothing to lose. They're playing on the stage. Who played on the stage out of these two teams? Copenhagen Flames in the show match at the major. They have the experience. How many major playoffs matches does Madden have? Dika, these guys. Hades on a stage, like, I love the guy, but like, he doesn't deliver when he needs to deliver. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Copenhagen Flames goes there. Like cadiaN said everything about Na'Vi. They didn't give a fuck until this point. Now they're starting to give a fuck, and that changes everything. We're gonna have the EPL drama between like Electronic and Blade and Simple. Everyone's gonna be fighting in the team. Heroic goes on, of course, beats Copenhagen Flames. Like, it is a domestic derby. cadiaN's gonna be super pumped. Like Sjokz said, Copenhagen Flames is a better team to, like, Heroic's a better team to play than Copenhagen Flames. But that doesn't even matter because NIP, we underestimated them the whole time, and finally they actually have a team. They don't give a fuck about Device. Who is that guy? No one cares,
They lost
right?
his number.
They don't, just blocked him. They blocked him.
Okay.
He doesn't exist anymore. And Campus knows this team. This is the team that he wants to go for it with. And they go on and they go for it. They go
And they win the major.
They win the major, right? They win the
Okay.
fucking major
All
because
right.
Brolan's insane and Rez has been in the form that we wanted for like 5 years. And he's been no one knows what the issue with Rez is. Like, why is he good? Why is he not good? No one knows.
Doesn't matter.
No, I can't say that because like he has teammates, he has IGLs, coaches, tactical coaches,
Hopper as well.
all of these people.
That's the tag on
they're trying
Overpass. Don't forget about it.
Look, the thing is, they're trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I saw the like the tweet like, oh, is it talk with the orb, and then he instantly
Owned.
kills a lot, 37 frags or something. Next game.
That's it. I mean, Esatag's not going to be good, but they're still going to win the major.
I like how you're like trash talking players. You're basically saying like, no offense, but you're trash. Like, I love you, hates, but you're trash when it matters. You know.
It's just how
he's
it
trying
is.
He's trying to be entertaining. You know, he's trying to give that. Okay, so who thought that Striker's bracket was the best?
That's low. That's
Okay,
bad.
it's the most
That's
likely,
bad.
but it's low. Who thought that my bracket was the best?
Okay.
Okay. Who thought that Prof's bracket was the best?
It's actually kind of close.
Wait. So we didn't have a single bracket where Navi won, right?
No. Ours too, Navi won. Oh, did you have FaZe winning?
What?
FaZe.
Did you have
I have
FaZe?
FaZe.
I had Navi win.
He had Navi win.
I had Navi win.
And he has NIP, yeah?
Yeah. So whose is the best bracket?
I think we're kind of.
I can give you my bracket.
All right, Lucas,
All right.
you got the thing. Let's walk through this. Tell us YEKINDAR's bracket and why. Seriously, can you? This is the Lucas bracket. Fuck this. Don't worry about it. All right, let's reset it.
Yo, fast.
Yeah.
Fast. Let's go.
FaZe win against NIP.
Why?
Because ropz is playing good. They won Katowice, right?
With
FaZe won
JKS. Where is he?
Yeah. It doesn't matter, bro. They won Imperial. They're playing. Trust me.
Okay.
Trust me, bro.
All right.
Source. Trust me, bro.
All right.
Spirit Fury. Oh, this is the spiciest out of all.
Don't you do it?
I'm gonna go back to this. And Copenhagen Flames, because I wanted to say legit the same point that Copenhagen Flames played show match on the major before.
Feels like a gimme point.
But like,
all right. Yeah. Okay.
I actually think Copenhagen Flames play better than ENCE.
Okay.
I think ENCE really rely on
Spinks
winning duels. As I said in the analyst desk, everybody who didn't watch, you can rewatch it in the PGL, like Twitch, doesn't matter. But basically what I said, if you win duels, it's good. If you lose duels, it's bad. And I think Arena is a bit different and a bit harder to do that. But I believe in Copenhagen Flames, my boy Hooksy, my boy NiKo. I played NiKo 4 years ago, FPLC with Rigon. And Rigon was screaming at NiKo, what are you doing? And I still remember that 4 years ago. Navi Heroic, man, this is the... Yeah, it's a good match. I think this is like semi-final material, but like since Spirit went 3-0, and like Copenhagen Flames were qualified, and like super good match, interesting to watch. If Navi wins against Heroic, I think Navi are gonna win the major. I think it's good that Heroic got Navi in the first opening game, because it's historically that Navi gets pumped more and more
as the tournament progresses.
As the tournament progresses. So I think it's a good opportunity for Heroic to cement themselves and actually contending for the title. I think if they meet either NIP or FaZe in the final, they have a really good chance of winning the major.
So who wins the game?
Oh, and about the Spirit Fury.
No, but who wins out of Navi Heroic?
I think Navi.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But everything's possible. I have adopt, you know.
Okay.
And about the Spirit Fury game, since Spirit is the only CIS team except Navi, and Navi is like top tier, really good team.
But you're from the Baltics.
No, it doesn't matter. Wait, listen. Listen. I want the Cinderella story. And since Spirit won the international in Dota 2, same story. If you actually watch the game, they won the international. Miposhka's so happy, and then Yatora stealing his age, but it doesn't matter. Spirit wins against Furia. If they win against Furia, they have no chance against FaZe. But if NIP win, they're gonna win NIP and gonna be in the finals.
But you put FaZe beating NIP.
Yeah. But if NIP wins.
Okay, so you have a dream bracket and you have a logical bracket.
Yeah. My logical bracket is that Navi is gonna play FaZe in the finals. But
okay, so who wins out of Spirit and Furia in your logical bracket?
It's Spirit, no?
Spirit.
Okay, and then FaZe over Spirit, Navi over Flames, and then Navi to win it all.
Yes.
Well, I think Navi FaZe is the final that we kind of all want and feel like we well, not these guys.
I want Navi Spirit.
Yeah, okay. But the one that I think most viewers probably want is Navi versus FaZe, right? It's the two huge names. It's two teams who I guess at the moment we would consider the two best teams in the world, right? There's probably not much conversation to be had about that. And that would be the one that would, with the fiery Counter-Strike, the firepower in each of these teams, obviously you got the ropz, the Brokey, right? Well, it is Brokey's first stage with at a major, right?
True.
So that's something to
It
consider.
doesn't matter. Major, every other tournament, same thing.
You just used it to dispute the whole Copenhagen Flames ENCE point.
What do you mean? No, but they didn't play on stage. Where they played on stage, Copenhagen Flames or ENCE.
Oh, you're not okay.
I'm saying that the feeling of the major is
the same as the regular stage.
Yeah, it's just another job, another day in the office.
That kind of ruins Christmas for everybody. All right, fair enough. Okay, Brokey has played on stages. All right, yeah, I think that's the final that we'd want to see, right? That's the final we'd want to see at the moment.
That's
yeah.
it.
But
okay.
yeah. Well, do we want to dive
How
into
do we
any more
give away
particulars?
all of this shit? Though?
Well, that we can work out in a sec. But do we want to dive into any more particulars? Because we did brush over that. I know we're running a long time. Do we just want to?
No, let's be real. Of course, these like someone's gonna screenshot this. Unfortunately, NIP doesn't have such a massive fan base or a fan base at all, so no one's gonna give a fuck about this. But obviously, we're all thinking Navi FaZe as the grand final with a potential.
I think NIP have a real shot
with a heroic potential.
Okay.
Am I the only one who think?
I feel like it's good. Also, it's the same thing for like Navi heroic. It's the same thing for NIP.
Yeah. What NIP picks against FaZe? What map?
They've been picking Inferno a lot.
Against FaZe?
Yeah, maybe Ancient.
Good point.
Yeah,
I think they will pick Ancient. If they pick Ancient, they're going to lose 2-1. not 2-0.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, do you think FaZe have been on form this event so far?
No.
Okay, but who do you think played better?
I think NIP's good form is better than FaZe on. FaZe without form is better than NIP on form.
Okay, all right.
That's fair.
All right. I can see what you're saying there. I don't know. I just
no offense. I really like NIP guys. I'm friends with them, but
we've always been.
But I'm here on the seat, and I need to talk about statistics and like who's better players and like
name a single stat, so it's fine.
Headshot percentage.
What's your what's your rating for the event? 105 or something?
He doesn't care about ratings.
I don't watch ratings.
Yeah.
See, players don't look at stats.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like the heroic now.
What's your event rating?
Mine's 130.
Infinite. No, it's 0.
Yeah. No, it's nothing. It's not 0.
It's basically nothing.
I think it is 0 though.
Yeah.
Technically, it is 0.
Yeah. Exactly.
You're correct.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I have one.
You are a better player than me.
I only have games in 1.0 rating.
At least you understand it.
What did you say?
Right.
I only have games in 1.0 rating.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I don't have any 2.0. You don't want to see my stats.
How do we?
anymore.
How do we finish this off?
Well, I'm trying to work out like if we need to give anything a bit more time. We have been going for a long time, so it's probably about this time that we do.
It wasn't
shut
very
it down.
informative about the playoffs, but it was fun. So I think that's enough.
But that's the thing. Like, what details can we dive into?
I mean, tomorrow there's gonna be like fucking Maniac on a desk and Maui, and you can listen to them. It's gonna.
That is
They're
true.
gonna give you like reasonable takes.
Okay, let's do this.
I'm joking.
Let's do this because it has been a long one, right? I think what we do is we close the online portion, and then with everybody here, we can do like a Q&A if people still have some questions.
I think people on online, they want to watch this.
I mean, we don't have to close it down.
Yeah.
All right, so we just want to do the Q&A?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do the playtime bumper, huh?
All right, run the playtime bumper and we'll do the Q&A. All right, what we're going to do right now is
there you go.
We're going to do some questions, and if you ask a question and they think it's good, you might be able to win yourself a mouse pad or a keyboard or something. So we'll give away some shit. So
have pizzas?
Bro,
not all at once.
7 mouse pads and a keyboard. Man.
Who has a question?
So
Smiley.
He already got something.
No, but you can still ask a question. All right, we're making my way over. All right. What's going on?
Making my way downtown.
Simple hasn't been performing like he normally does at big tournaments, like at the major. Do you think he will like perform better in the playoffs?
Simple will fuck shit up in the playoffs, man. That's where he shines.
He had like 35 hours maybe past a week, so before the tournament. So like, bro, in the playoffs he always performs in the playoffs. He only choked once against Navi Astralis, I think, in the final.
Face it major.
Face major, yeah.
And
with Liquid maybe, but no, I don't think with Liquid he choked.
No, he was pretty good.
He's super good.
No, he was good.
Super good. I think he's above every other professional player in confidence and mental strength, and that helps him a lot. And doesn't matter how much hours he have, he just believes in himself so much that it overtakes every other problem that he could be dealing with.
Okay. Green shirt.
Yes. So Twist initially left Liquid because he was put in less of a star role. So he moved to FaZe for more of a star role, and now he's again being put in more of a supportive role. Do you think this will affect FaZe in the long run, or as Kerrigan said, it's like no one has an ego in this team?
I think it works as long as it works. Like, as long as they're winning, it's going to be amazing. If things go badly, then it's going to be an issue, just like it was an issue in the past. I don't think these things really changed that much.
I actually think it changed. Russ is a super nice guy. I think the personalities are completely different if you watch at Liquid and if you watch FaZe. I know like FaZe guys good, and I know how they are as like people and the persons, and you can see that Twist is ready for everything in that team. And
is it now that because he's playing with better players?
Yeah, he just believes in this team more, I think.
Yeah, I mean that is fair. That is fair. Like, it's different depending on who you're playing with, but at the same time, I feel like if things go very poorly for extended period of time, the difference is that
extended period of time.
The thing is, the difference is that Kieran is going to change stuff, and that didn't happen in Liquid.
Yeah,
so it's kind of kills the point that I'm trying to make at the same time.
I also think that he's been actually super vocal in this team, which I don't think was necessarily the case in Liquid. I don't think he had that much of wasn't that much of a vocal player as he is now.
I think
like
he learned.
Yeah, I constantly see them like in talks right after a game, like literally as they win the game or lose the game or whatever. Twist immediately starts off a conversation. Okay, we did this.
Yeah,
why was this wrong and stuff like that?
Experience from Liquid and comfort in terms of like personalities. And, they're like friends. They're actually playing Face It and together.
Retakes. This is a good question. That's a good question. Let's give him something.
What do you want?
We need a better question for a key. This is not keyboard level. I'm just saying.
I would give you, but like, I'm on the move. I got this. Okay, you stay seated.
But that was a good question. I really liked it. The simple playoff one, man.
You already got something anyway.
Yeah, you got the gift before. So
where's the next question?
Yeah,
closer.
I can't hear.
Closer. No, you turned it off, I think, or the battery died.
I can hear you.
No.
Yeah, you can talk.
Nope. Nothing.
It's not like this for the whole show, because before you can hear it in headsets, but now you don't hear it.
Okay, so the question for the viewers online is essentially to replace Kicker Buster with an IGL and let James just op and not be an IGL.
It's a good question because so there's like 3 teams with Opper as their main caller. It's cadiaN on Heroic, Imperial with Fallen, and us with James. And every other team has aggressive players as callers. Nafany, Carrigan, Alexi, Hampus. And you can see the difference in styles of those teams because of the information gathering on T side is so much more different, and the game with Oppers as captains is in those teams is a lot more structured than the game with captains in like aggressive role players. Because I'm gonna tell you why. Because aggressive players, aggressive captains, they're gonna take information and they're gonna make plays after based of their mind games, because they have the ability, and nobody's gonna say no to any play that they do because they're captain and they have their own mind games and they're playing off that own mind games. When your opper is calling, you can't allow your players to everything they want, because otherwise it's gonna be chaos and it's not gonna work out. And it's a good thing and a bad thing in terms of you give up a lot less necessary deaths if players actually listen to their captain as Alper. The bad thing is that sometimes you don't see the full picture as the players who are in the heat map, like in the
center of action.
In the center of action, yeah, exactly. So I think it could be possible. It maybe could help, or it maybe could not. Best teams in the world though, historically, except Fallen as SK Luminosity, nobody had the Opper as IGL.
Okay. I think Chad is trying to figure out the battery situation. I think you had a question. Did you have
Chad.
Yeah, mousepad for that. The gentleman here in the front.
Good question.
Okay, let's go. Okay, then we'll wait. What's the question? Share the question. Okay, so the question is about reviving Vox Seminor for SPUNJ.
So I was pretty embarrassed with how Renegades played at the last event. Like, I don't mean that even... they didn't play great, all right? They can play better, and they know they can play better. So the thing is...
Last event, like it was months ago, bro.
Well, it feels like months ago, so...
It feels like it does, mate.
Yeah.
Fuck, no. But the thing is, I think Gomez, who used to be the manager of Renegades, then 100 Thieves, he now is at Order. I think he has the rights to Vox Seminor, and I have a decent enough relationship with him. But the consideration for me to do that is about not being in Australia. So for me I want to help, right? But also doing this, I can't really be at home. So there's actually maybe some stuff in the near future if things go the way I want them to go. Don't think it'll be Vox or anything, right? But maybe that's something we could do like in a Mighty Ducks. No, well, I wanna help, and I wanna try and do something where at least I'm not just a dad who's gone out to get cigarettes and I've never come home, right? I want to try and contribute a little bit to the scene a bit more because I've just been out here doing my own thing, right? So maybe in the near future that can change and I can start contributing back to OzCS and helping. But in terms of a Vox thing, it might be more of like a gimmick or something fun than like an entire. But one day, hopefully.
You're okay, mate?
I wasn't ready.
Well, for that.
for
that went for cigarettes and didn't come back.
What do you want me to do, mate? You know, like it's fucking hard out here. Is the microphone working, Lucas?
Yeah,
it's working? All right, give me the microphone. I can get back on the move.
Okay, let's go. Chop.
Where is it?
Who do we not? There's a gentleman in the back that didn't ask anything with the glasses. Ents.
Oh, Mr. Ents.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was a fluke.
Oh.
Just yell the question.
Okay.
It's
about what he thinks about the level that these teams have been showing on this tournament, and especially the Patsi.
Okay.
Relatively unknown for the public, and he has been playing really well. You obviously expect Dexter to be like the star, but Patsi was like at the same level.
Yeah. So the question is essentially about Spirit's level and especially Patsi delivering so well.
I can say that I've known, like, I don't personally know Patsi. I know Dexter like super good. We played a lot, we talked a lot, and we're kind of friends with him. But like Patsi, he was always on the radar for top tier teams from CIS. Always. It's just it was never right time for someone to pick him up. And everybody knew he's good. It was just a matter of time because he's super young. He's like, I think, like 18 or 19.
Something like that, yeah.
And he just... the thing is, I think he has overgrown his like kid age, and he matured as a player and as a person. And I think that's why he's playing super good at the moment. The only problem with him is that he's playing super aggressive, and it's not always the right thing.
Yeah, I was just trying. I was just waiting for you to finish.
But like,
Patsy's like the second coming of you, man. Like,
he was playing super good, but I saw already on this tournament a lot of mistakes from him.
Yeah.
So it's a coin flip. He's in a good form now. That's why he can make the mistakes not be bad for him, because he's like playing really good. As soon as he's gonna be out of his form, it's gonna be super bad for him. But if it's all experience. It comes with time, and so, I think Dexter is a really good example in terms of hard work is above talent. I think as long as I know him, he plays a lot, shit tons, and even in his moment, you can see that he's not flashy or not. His aiming is different. He's not aiming like so precise or something like that. He's just, I don't know. Looks like bot, but no, legit. But he hits. It's different, and it's a bit of a miracle for me because but he's super dedicated player. I really like him, and I hope Spirit go far. because Chopper deserves his praise. Bro, there's like 40 people watching Chopper stream, even though he understands so much about the game. He tells people about the game so much, and it's just nobody's interested in him, even though Chopper is super nice and super talkative and super
in Russian.
Yeah, but
knowledgeable.
But still, nobody watches him.
Yeah.
I don't understand. They deserve their praise, and I think they did a good job. Playoffs is gonna be hard though.
Okay, Chad, where are you going?
Do you think the success of the super patient style of Counter-Strike is coming to an end? Do you think that like your play style has often been called like the sort of paid by the round play style? Do you think that's something that other teams can pick up and find success in Tier 1? Or do you think that that sort of style of play is very unique to you?
I was just busy because like the guy who's asking the question, he gifted me this book, and I wanted to showcase it because have no fear, Latvian is here. Yeah, so yeah, like thank you, Sneaky, and yeah, you can repeat your question. Sorry.
Should I say the question?
Yeah,
again?
Again.
So do you think the success of your sort of paid by the round formula can be replicated by other teams in Tier 1? Or is that sort of like an outdated formula now, since you guys unfortunately didn't make it to the playoffs?
I don't think teams can replicate that, because if nobody has this kind of big balls like James. Like literally, he's walking like this because it's beginning to be a problem, you know, sometimes. But legit, James' mindset is really specifically really different from other players. Every player I know, and I talk with a lot with players. I know a lot of players. James is one of a kind. In a way, he's super smart. I think his IQ is like over 120. If I'm honest, super smart, and the things he's doing, and the things he's thinking about, I think nobody is thinking that much about the game and lives for the game. And paid by the round like thing is a meme that is pretty funny. It's true as well. I don't understand how every 15-7 start that we get, and then we 16-14 win or overtime win. But I think the cold-headed players of my team, and like I've grown to be like that as well because of the surrounding and the environment. I think no team has this kind of belief in their own abilities.
What did he do?
He just dropped a pizza on the
That
floor.
was mine, bro. No problem. But yeah, nobody has the same belief in a comeback that we do, because you have to be insane actually to believe in that. I think I've grown to be insane.
I mean, your comeback against Ents was pretty special on Dust too. The 15-3 down, winning in overtime.
Bro, I legit, like when we won against that, when we won that map, I wrote to Ducha, bro, I'm sorry. Because like it's gonna be all good. You have your and look, he's playing super good now, and I'm happy for him. But next game we lost against Complexity or someone, so yeah, we come back, but I don't know, we're bad.
We're bad.
Did you give the mouse pads? Just give everyone who asks questions.
I don't know if you've seen the tweets from Voorburg from... I feel like I have to represent Copenhagen Flames here, so I'm going to.
There you go.
I don't know if you've seen the tweets about
So I can sit on your face?
selling the team or selling the players,
Yep.
or getting funding for the team to keep the players. Who is going to buy Copenhagen Flames? Because
There you go, Striker, this is for you.
I have to say that I actually think that this is the time that they're going to break apart, because they're going to get picked apart because of this, essentially.
Is it because you
nobody's
know
really
inside information, or
no?
is it
Actually, no, because it's been kind of, they've hinted at it. Even if you look at like one of the interviews, was it we were talking about
Ryan Dust to US.
But with which player?
It was the owner, not the owner.
No,
CEO.
but there was also something what we did. No, that was definitely an interview we did with
was
one
Roy
of the
then,
players.
I guess.
Yeah, it was Roy, who kind of like
no,
he almost hinted
confirmed,
at
actually.
it. Hinted at people just asking about a lot of players and stuff like that, and it really did seem like the team was heading different directions. So I feel like, unfortunately, the time has passed for the team to be bought as a unit. Maybe they're gonna win the major, and maybe they're gonna change their minds. You know, like that could happen.
Why do you think the time has passed?
Because I think that they've already, you know, pretty much decided to go separate ways.
They reached major playoffs.
Yeah, like I said, things could change. Like if they
doesn't have a roster.
Yeah, things if things go really well for them, you know,
playing shit.
Who knows?
European Academy team.
That's better than the main team. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be Gambit all over again. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Do we have a next question?
Sorry. I'm going.
We need what time is it?
Thank you.
Doesn't matter what time. I'm having a good time.
I
with
think
you, Prof.
Fnatic should buy
all
Copenhagen
night long.
Flames. All right, I'm coming over this way. You had your hand up for a while, but you put it down. Oh shit. Okay. Well, I'm here now. You two have your hands next to each other. Is this just to keep them up?
Yes.
All right. Well, you asked a question
Yes,
before.
Mike.
We'll start with you.
Yeah. I wanted to do like a little quiz for you guys because, of course, we're in Belgium. So, can you actually name one active Belgian player right now?
No.
Active Belgian
Richie.
Ah, yeah. Richie? Yeah. Sure.
Okay, that was fast.
Richie,
Well,
Richie,
that's what I
Chaos.
thought.
I know one more.
Steve-O's.
Steve-O's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, there
he
you go.
plays for
You guys did your
the
homework.
Tenerife Titans, right, or someone.
No, he's
I
back in
think
the
he's
EC Bros,
retired.
right?
Ah,
Yeah,
he's
he's retired.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I don't know.
Scream,
Shout out.
Valorant.
Hey, hey.
We're talking about CS.
Yeah, yeah.
Good question. Good question.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
All right, local question. I'm over here. What do you want to ask? You fucked up cadiaN's day.
No, okay. Okay, sorry about cadiaN. YEKINDAR, do you think...
I'm going to fuck up your day now.
1v1, boxing. No. YEKINDAR, do you think Bad
wanna
News
fight?
Eagles, even if they don't get a team, do you think they can get enough structure with the coach and the staff they have right now? Or if they get bought up, can they get another shot at the major? Because it seems like firepower is there, but structure sometimes seems kind of lacking a bit in the stress. Do you think there's a chance that they can fix that and be still competing in the next major?
The problem with Bad News Eagles, I think, is if you watch closely, every team except Copenhagen Flames had always experienced players that mentored the team and mentored players in which it moved forward and they got contenders and etc. 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 I think it's a real problem for them that these 5 players don't have someone that can teach them tier 1 things, and when you need to learn something by yourself, even though you have all the information in the world because of demos and like everything, you can watch any team. The problem is, I think, nobody's gonna tell you tier 1 secrets, and there are tier 1 secrets. Yeah, and a lot of them, but I don't think it's. I think somebody's gonna buy Rigon, somebody's gonna buy Flatro, and they're gonna disband it. Or like they're gonna play bad, and they're gonna disband because nothing is happening.
So, great, good question. Also, who is super convinced that their question is the keyboard worthy question? Like,
I got one here.
Yeah.
I got one here, and then I think what we're gonna do is, because we got some rowdy motherfuckers at the back. It's really long as well.
Yeah,
so
we need to kinda end it up,
Yeah. So we'll do this one, and then we'll do 3 more, and then that's it.
Yeah. Quick
All right?
questions. Quick questions.
Here we
Let's
go.
In less than a couple of sentences, I'm going to take you back all the way back to the RMR qualifier Europe B. What do you think the skill ceiling for the Heat team is actually, who ended up not really qualifying right at the end against Astralis?
Heat is who? Body, Afro,
Joko,
Exercise, and who else?
Good question. Yeah, there we go.
Who?
No one knows. No one knows.
I
one of the new French players, but Lucky.
Lucky.
Ah, Lucky.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not,
right.
not new.
What's the ceiling for them? I think
They got the ceiling.
I think Afro is super talented and Joko is super talented. Lucky and Buddy, I think, are finishing. They're going lower than. They're going lower down as players in terms of individual skill, and I think, in terms of for Afro and Joko, and Exercise, I think this was good ground for them. But I think they need the next step forward. Overall, the team, they are fine, but I can't say that they are doing something different to be worthy to qualify further and win further. Bro, I was watching one ancient game on RMR. I got so mad at them because they were overpeaking like
crazy.
Yeah, and if they if they're not playing serious or they don't understand these mistakes, they're not gonna win.
Okay, this is what we're gonna do. Blair, everybody, a round of applause for Blair. He's casting. Get up, Blair. We've had Sjokz, we've had YEKINDAR, cadiaN, Blair. I need your help. I need your help. We need you to help decide the last 3 questions. I need you to help decide the last 3 questions. So, if you want to ask a question, put your hand up. Blair, I want you to pick the last 3 people to ask the last 3 questions. We're doing 3 more questions because it's getting fucking late. I'm an old man. I want to go to bed.
Yeah.
It's been a very long night.
Lad in the white hat. Lad in the white hat.
All right, here we go. This is Blair on the move. It's a new segment we're going to be starting.
EVE Online hat.
Blair on the move.
All right, let's go.
All right.
I'll make it quick. First of all, I just want to shout out my boys at home, Patsi, Cobra, Lev, and Kai. Those are people I play CS with. Thanks, guys. YEKINDAR.
Respect, bro. I like it.
YEKINDAR, with your style of play, it's very hard to be consistent. Let's say with rating, for example, you play a very specific nature of Counter-Strike. Is that something that when you were coming up in your career, you focused on, or is it something that naturally developed as you played? Is it like your natural play style?
Bro, you want the true story, or do you want the media story?
Oh, give me both, but true story.
Give the true story.
Like the media story is the first team that recruited me is they needed an entry fragger. I started playing as entry fragger. Then basically everybody knew me as entry fragger, and I started playing in all teams. The true story is hooch said we need this idiot, and he literally told me play like an idiot, run in. We're gonna trade you, jump if we need you to jump. And I was like 16 years old, like yes, of course. And that's how it all started, basically. I think it's inconsistent, but only inconsistent. Your team decides how you're gonna play, like in a way that you always have this cap of if everything is gonna be good in the round and in the team, you're gonna have so much support that no way you're not gonna kill. And the only thing why the rating, even though nobody looks at rating, like changes, is if you're actually not getting into those perfect situations, then you're gonna fuck up because you're running into a deadly site, basically. So if your team plays good, you're gonna play good. If your team play bad, you're gonna play bad.
Okay.
There we go.
All right, we got another one.
Next question.
Next question. Hands up.
Here we go. Blair's on the move.
Let's ask you.
Look at him, just like
yeah, this is perfect. We should have done this earlier. There is a lot of bottles.
Gliding.
All right.
Kind of a light-hearted question, I guess.
Here we go. We like these ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. No more strats or anything. Out of the 4 of you, playing on LAN, playing with teammates, things like that, have you come across any weird kind of superstitions or kind of setups that you have with players? You know, maybe spacebar to shoot, things like that you've experienced.
When we played good at like a Gfinity LAN, we joked that JKS needed like a Mars bar and a coffee every day to keep playing well. Like that was one of the things. I had some teammates who would like wear the same underwear if they had like a good day of play.
Yeah.
But other than that, nothing real weird, nothing real funky. Been pretty standard.
I couldn't eat before games.
Couldn't eat at all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not I couldn't, but if I did, I was just like,
I got one about me. So after I beat Titan at ESL1 Cologne in 2015.
Everyone remembers that game, Chad.
After I beat Titan and I played so well, well, in that event, the coffee was shit in Germany. No offense. And I didn't like the coffee, so I went, fuck it, I'll just quit coffee for the event. So I didn't have coffee for the event, and I played well in that game. So then I didn't have coffee again for an entire year, and I was still shit. So it wasn't the coffee. I don't know what it was, but yeah, that was something I did. Yeah.
Yeah, just Maniac under the team.
I remember when we won Flashpoint 2, every day before the game, I took a cold shower. And we won the tournament.
Yeah.
What about you?
I don't know why I didn't do it in any other tournament.
All right, maybe you need to get back in the cold showers.
Yeah, maybe.
All right.
But I think cold showers
let's go.
All right, final one.
question,
This gentleman's been holding his hand up for like 5 minutes
All right.
straight, so I have to give it to him.
So with the rumors that Electronic, you are all coming on the market, sort of, you've got either Plopsky or Device maybe going on the market, or all the Copenhagen Flames. Do you think we're going to see another Rostermania in 2022?
Yes or no?
Yes.
I think in the CIS region, yeah? It's hard for you to talk about, obviously.
No, it's just... I know.
Dark and full of secrets, as Kicker
The
said.
thing is, I don't know anything.
Yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we don't have the
everything is
yet.
possible and everything can happen, but maybe nothing is gonna happen.
I think there'll definitely be some changes. It just depends on the severity, right? Like in terms of a crazy Rostermania, maybe not, but there has to be a few changes. There just has to be by the nature of the beast.
You know, the thing is, Rostermanias happen when there's teams that are unbeatable.
Yeah.
At this
and teams that are
at
like
this time, every team is beatable. Everyone can beat everyone. You can see it in the challenger stage. You can see it in the legend stage. Many underdogs were winning. Many good teams were losing. Cloud9 won 3. Imperial almost qualifying. The point at which now CS teams are so balanced. There are like maybe 3 teams that are above the rest. Are Heroic, Navi, and FaZe. And Cloud9, but Cloud9 just didn't qualify, so I'm not putting them. But they're not far ahead from any other team.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Stop fucking kidding.
It's just the classic. Everybody.
Oh my god.
Thank you very much for coming. I apologize that we couldn't get to all the questions. It's
the gift.
Yeah, we're gonna give it away.
We'll give them away. It'll work out. It's obviously been, I guess, probably our longest show ever. No?
3.5.
It's like
3.5 hours. What are you talking
pretty
about?
fucking long. But this is the first time we've done a live audience. This has been fantastic. I appreciate every last one of you for turning out, watching, sitting with us, listening to us. Thank you to all our guests. Obviously, we had Sjokz. Blair's been in here for a bit of antics. We had Machine getting on the mic. cadiaN came. A couple of other heroic staff members here. YEKINDAR, of course. Thank you, everybody. This means a lot. Thank you very much. And good night. Until we come back, I want to thank the sponsors one last time. Bitskins, Xtrfy, and N1Bet. Gamble bloody responsibly. And Outpost.
And thanks, Lucas, as well. Shout out to Lucas.
Yeah, he's been quiet in the corner right here.
Fan favorite.
That's the best applause we got all night.
Fan favorite, man.
Thank you, everyone. And good night.
Add some fun to your space with Xtrfy, designed in Sweden with focus on quality products built on experience. You're looking at Project 4, their 4th generation of products with super cool colorways to stand out, with matching sets to satisfy with a solid B4 bungee, lightweight ergonomic M4 mouse, the K4 keyboard is fantastic, all of which are performance focused, and finish it off with colorful GP4 mouse mats that are bold in design and smooth on the surface. The retro theme in particular has got the feels. Complete your setup with Xtrfy. No regrets, guaranteed.
Stuck ranking up? Lost the motivation to grind? Bored of clicking heads on aim maps? Get some color into your game. Bitskins.com. Buying and selling skins made easy. Tons of payment methods and instant cash outs. Just choose your dream skins, select your preferred payment method, and start grinding again. If you want to play like the pros, you gotta look like the pros.